Yo, it's Flag on the Culture. Aaron Arness. Another episode. How you feeling, Aaron?
Man, flag on the culture, man. We got something special coming. Man, we got a lot of things coming, man. First off, like I always say, man, thank y'all for, chiming in to flag on the culture, man. We just trying to give y'all some good topics, good sports topics, good hot topics going on in the world today. Man, we got a special guest today, man. I'm gonna go on and let Arnett go on and introduce our special guest. And we're gonna bring him in. Man, you guys are going to be we'll just bring him in. You guys gonna be excited about this one right here. You guys gonna like this one right here. So flag on the culture, man. Coach Arnett, Coach Ike, and Squirm, man. We here ready to give y'all another show.
Yeah, man. We got an exclusive, man. We got a new hire in Pasadena. Very excited. Um, you know, hire at Mir. We know our guy Lance got hired over there at St. Francis. Mir just made a hire, and we have a chance to speak with him, get to know him, and kind of welcome him to the community, as well as people to get like a upfront what it's like to meet the new head coach. So without further ado, man, we're gonna bring on Matt V, the new head coach over at John Muir High School.
Matt V. Let's get him in, man. We got his jersey on already. Got the man. He ready.
Matt, can you hear us? Good?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Matt,
sir.
what's up, bro? How you doing? I'm Aaron, man.
Man, nice to meet y'all. How you all doing?
Doing
Man, can't
good.
complain, man. Thank you for coming on, man. We appreciate you having it. First
Yep,
off,
yep.
man, man. Congratulations, man,
Congratulations.
to the position that you were just elected to, man, and things like that.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Now, Matt,
Heck
we
yeah,
were
bro.
just doing the intro, and like we said, congratulations to you. Matt, this is just an opportunity for the community to understand who you are and welcome you at the same time. But Matt, man, without further ado, let's hop into it. So, Matt, can you tell us who you are and how do you say your last name? 'Cause I want to make sure we say it correctly too.
Yeah, I always just saw people like Villa, like something that I can't afford to stay at, and then Senor like an old man, So
Okay,
just Villa
okay.
Senor, yeah. Just simplify it. You know what I mean?
Got you, got you. All right. So, like we said, we have Matt Villasenor here on air right now. Just took over the Mir head coaching job for the football team. Matt, man, like I said, appreciate you again. Matt, man, can you tell us more about yourself and then your upbringing?
Yeah. I grew up like in a football household. My whole family played Division I football. My dad played at Wilson in the '70s. We're wrong. It's like the Ron Kusha era that people know. And then he went to Wyoming, played for Pat Dye, came back home. He's a retired cop now. And then he started coaching. So I grew up with him, like, being around football, being around coaching. Then my brother played at St. Paul. He's on the Hall of Fame, played at University of Nevada. And then me, I graduated from Salesian, but I had four or five knee surgeries in high school, ACLs.
Mm,
Um, so I was unfortunate to play college football. So what I did was I got connected to the right people early,
mhm.
and just started helping kids pursue their dreams and aspirations, and just seeing like my dad do everything he did for kids and everything like that. I just had it in my heart to do the same thing, and to give kids something that I wasn't given, and have them not take things for granted. Because the one thing we can't get back in this life is the time. I always think of it sometimes when you're going through hard stuff in life is that, like, man, when I was 15, if I would have rehab for 3 more months instead of trying to rush back, would I have not had more injuries, more knee surgeries, but can't get time back. But again, now dealing with kids, especially with injuries happening a lot more than you see them more often. I can relate to them because I was that kid at 15, was lost, right? Even though I had both figures in my life, that most kids now don't have both figures at home. But I had them, but I was still lost, right? I wasn't out there with the homies or the friends playing football or playing basketball in the gym. I was in crutches with a knee brace on. And that was a struggle, right? And kids get depressed, right? They fall into a state of mind that they feel lost. So I provide that support because, like I said, I was that kid growing up, and I wasn't that kid just at 15. I was that kid at 16, 17. I could never get back. Um, but yeah, so Upbringing, that's what I was always around football. The kid that was behind the end zones playing during watching my brother play. That nowadays all the social media kids don't you don't have that at high school games no more, right? There's no kids throwing the football around no more behind the end zones. Everything's on their phone or their heads down and they on TikTok or they in the apps or whatever. So yeah, just seeing that and growing up, wanting to do something and that is black and white, no gray area. And if you want it in life, go get it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I love that, bro. Man, I work with kids myself, bro. So that's awesome to hear. Um, it's awesome to hear, bro, that you kind of like you took you took your negative and turned it into a positive, bro. Like that's one of
Yeah.
the big things that, yeah, I love that, bro.
Yeah, I told some of them already. So I met the whole team, but the day before I met the whole team, I had a group of them, and I told them, man, that we can be victims in this world, or we can be victors, And the world already has enough victims. We got to change them and become victors. And a lot of it is not only victors on the football field, but victors in education. Like, what's their passion? The football can get them into their passion, because nowadays it's not about just going to USC. You can go to Laverne and get tons of money being a minority kid because colleges want to give out a lot of money, or go to school in the Midwest somewhere that you think is so far away, but you give yourself the opportunity. Shoot, home is always home, right? I tell kids you can go out there for a year on a potentially like a full scholarship, and maybe you might like it and not come back home. Or maybe you come back home in a year and say, man, it wasn't for me. But you rather give yourself that chance opposed to being at home struggling, right? And for us, we're not like, a lot of these kids aren't millionaires. So the reality is you're going to graduate, you're going to try to get a job, you're going to try to go PCC or Citrus or Mount Sac or whatever, and be that full-time student, turn part-time and not really figure it out no more. And then you're going to scratch your head and say, man, if I would have just gave myself that chance, and then the reality hits and it's not really going back from there, so yeah, man.
I love that, bro. So, man, you kind of tapped in on it a little bit. It was further down the list, but I mean, since you kind of brought it up, um, man, with the community, man, like we do struggle. I'm from the community myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure we all imperfect, bro. We all like have our ups and downs in life. We have our things we go through. But it's all about how you respond. Now
Yep.
you have a team. You got a freshman team. You got a JV team, varsity team. However it's set up over there. Um, what is your what is your what is your what is your way of going about helping kids who are like struggling mentally, physically, and at home? Like, what do you do for kids like that? Like, how do you help kids who don't think that they can help themselves or that they think they have help at home? Like, where do you come in at being in a community that pretty much everybody comes from that? You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
we kind of gotta get it out of a certain part of the mud, but we still get it out of there. So, um, how do you connect with those kids? How do you connect, with the people of the community through things like that?
So for me, like as far as kids standpoint, I'm like the alter players coach. You know, I've been at private school and I've been at public school, and public school kids just it means a little more to me, if that kind of makes sense. Because the way to get to school is a little different. It's a little more of a struggle. How you touch on it, right? It's not as easy as per se to get to school, right? They got have to they do a lot more to get there. Like the school when they arrive at Mir, let's just say Mir right now because it is Mir. It's like they're out, right? And I'm just want to enhance to make it the best experience for them because when they get back into their house, it might not be that best situation. And for me, it's like to love them up, right? Love them up, not only on the field, but let them know that I'm here for them off the field, right? Regardless of that's maybe helping them with the meal, right? Helping them get some clothes, get some shoes, get support outside, right? Maybe because maybe they just need that extra hand to talk to, and they trust you more because you're that coach, right? And I know when I was in high school, I trusted my coaches more than like my teachers or counselor, right? But that I can that they can come to me and I can go to the proper people that they might not want to feel comfortable going to get them that support needed. And in the community, and for me, I want to be in the community. And I think that's what you got to show your face. You got to let people know that like I'm an outsider. I told the team yesterday I'm an outsider, but the best thing is about it is you got to put yourself in uncomfortable situations and become comfortable, right? And we as coaches and even some people in education, you tell kids, right, got to get uncomfortable to become comfortable. Got to get uncomfortable. But if you're not doing that yourself, if you just preaching and you're not doing it yourself, what are you doing? You got to live out. You got to live out the stuff you're saying. And I'm like an example for them. If I'm living out what I'm saying, right? I'm going into an environment that I'm not accustomed to, right? I'm going into that I didn't grow up in those streets, right? I didn't grow up in that neighborhood. People might know me because of Twitter or football or 7-on-7 or whatever, but they don't know me because, oh, that's a homie that grew up down the street, right? That's the homie that I went to elementary school with or junior high, and then he moved out, or his mom came here and then he moved out, or they moved out and they moved back or whatever, So um, and I tell them, like, man, you gotta show me all the spots in a way, communicate with them and connect with them a different way. And to me, it's like seeing them smile, and I've been gravitated toward them the past couple of days, and everything just hit me so fast.
Yeah.
I'm just excited about the opportunity and ready to take it on full and embrace it all and get rolling, man.
No, that's awesome. Matt, you mentioned, grew up in a family household, and you actually had the opportunity to coach with your dad. What is a philosophy that you have taken away from him or you learned? And then once you got away from your father, what are some philosophies that you have learned that constantly build for programs that you've been a part of now?
Yeah, just accountable and discipline. Accountable and discipline. It starts with me. It starts with me. And I can't preach accountability if I'm not holding myself accountable.
Mhm.
And the kids kind of looked at me when I said that, and I said, I'm not that 4 o'clock coach. Like, I'm not going to show up at 4 o'clock. I'm the coaches. I might pop in there at 8 in the morning or before school starts and see who's coming in late. You know, and how are we going to hold each other accountable? Because it's a two-way street. I said, I might be some days that I might be messing up, and you might be coaching messing up. Man, you got to come back this way because we have ultimate goal, right? And this is some days that I'm gonna hold them accountable. And but yeah, just accountability and discipline, and that goes in life. And that's what I explained to them. I said it's bigger than football because if you're allowed to come 5 days late, or you're allowed to miss 3 days, right? That's going to transition from 17 to 18 to 19. It's going to be a bigger problem in life because when you have a job and you're trying to support your family, because you start missing, start coming in late. That boss doesn't talk to you. You keep doing it. You're probably not going to have that job no more.
Mhm.
So accountability, discipline is big for me. Yeah, that me, I really don't. I told me I don't have no rules. I just have standards and expectations. The standard is like for me, standard expectations is to hold a championship trophy every year. And if not, I told them it's not. It's never their fault. It's always like, how do I gotta reevaluate myself and my coaching staff. Adults, I think it's never the kids' fault, man. What can we do better to put them in better situations so we can obtain the goals that they set for the year, right? To bring home a championship constantly, right? At Mir, it's a lot of tradition, a lot of history. That's what drove me there, and 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 yeah, man, it's kind of like ready to keep working and keep learning more about Mir and get more in the community and get more connected to people that been there.
I love that, bro. I love man, a big piece that stood out to me was when you said about the kids, like it's not the kids' fault, bro. And that's huge. That's big. That's huge and that's big with anybody new. That's huge. That's big in a relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So, um, and just to kind of stay on that topic right there, bro. Um, I love the fact that you said accountability and discipline, bro, because a lot of people don't come with that. A lot of people know what it is, but they really don't know how to live that, right?
Yep.
So you're not gonna be the only coach there. You're not gonna be the only coach calling everything. You're not gonna run JV, freshman, all that type of stuff. So how important is it to you to get people behind you to show that leadership of you? You know what I'm saying? Even if you hire guys that you don't know, how do you establish your foundation to everybody in the whole entire group? You know what I'm saying? What is a way that you establish that to everybody? So where it's from the top to the bottom, we all on Nick Saban program, or we all, you know what I'm saying? Like, and in our case, Matt V. You know what I'm saying? We all on a Matt V program. He came in like this. This is the way to be. This is how it is. Yes, you're gonna have some coaches that slip up and stuff like that. But what are some things that you are gonna do to align and keep that foundation straight?
Yeah, to make sure I'm holding the end of the bargain, holding the end of the bargain, right? People and kids slip up when you start slipping up. Right, when you start doing bad, that's when they're giving the opportunity to bad. And I told him, like, discipline is like it can be a word that goes out of context as well, right? I told him discipline doesn't mean that we're not going to be swaggy, that we're not going to be who we are, right? We're going to have as much as swag. I love the swag. I told the kid I love the swag, but we're going to do it with each other. We're going to celebrate with each other. Discipline is like we got to love the game so the game loves us back. Right? That doesn't mean that we got to taunt somebody. Right? I'll take the 15-yard penalty if we're doing it with each other. I'm not going to take the 15-yard penalty if we're doing it to somebody else, because there might be a point in time where that scoreboard might look bad and I'm taking the hit for it, right? It might be 50-0 the other way, and now we don't like how they're doing it to us. But we can't be the only team doing it then. Right? It's like the old saying, like when the rabbit has a gun now, right? No one likes it, you know? So, but we gotta do that. And I told you, we're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna have a lot of fun in between doing it. And it's more of them checking themselves for the ultimate goal. Right? Like if the goal is for us not to repeat the same thing that happened, which was last year, a first round exit, right? What are we gonna do for that not to happen? Am I the senior that's gonna let that sophomore, if I know we're in the weight room and I know he just did 7 reps, am I gonna call him out and say, man, it's 10 reps on bench, not 7? Or am I gonna let him slide? Because that extra 3 reps that he missed, it might bite us in the butt in that first round.
It will.
You know, but we don't know when it's going to bite us in the butt, but it's going to bite us in the butt, you know?
Yeah.
So we got to be like very detailed of how we conduct ourselves on a daily basis, right? Got kids meeting coaches, right? Like today, a kid was rushing off the bus. He met the coach from Boise State. He was out of breath, right? The coach introduced himself. He's rasping for air. He comes back and he's like, coach had left. He comes back and says, Coach Matt, was I disrespectful? I was like, nah, man, he understood where you're coming from. You're trying to get to class. You know, you was just, you know, bus was late. You running out the bus. You catching coach. You out of air. It's no disrespect. Like he understands. He was your age once. You know, like coach might have been late too to class. You know, but it happens. So yeah, man, getting kids to know how to articulate themselves in front of a coach, in front of people, demanding stuff that they want, right? And I tell them, like, not all of us are gonna. I'm not saying all of us got to be 4.0 students, man, in order to win, in order to do this. If I learned this from Dan Mullen, and it kind of hit home for me when I was in his office when he was at Florida. He told me, Matt, not every kid's gonna get a 4.0. And I looked at him and like, man, like, what you mean? Like, kind of like think like in my head thinking like, what do you like? What, man? Come on, like, yeah, every kid can get a 4.0. They're just lazy, in my opinion, right? Like I was thinking about like, man, man, kids is just lazy. They can get a 4.0. He says, nah, man, you might have a kid that just his best is like a 2.5, 2.6, 2.7, right? And I said, like, what you mean? And he says, if his best is a 2.5, then like you got to live with that. But if you know his best is a 2.5, but he still has like 3 missing assignments in English, 2 in Spanish, 1 in math, then he's not doing his best, right? Like you got to do all that and then be your best, you know? So yeah, so like all those little things, you know, and it's just like enhancing the foundation that's already there and taking to places that where I believe it should be. And it's the great foundation, man. And me and Coach Lance, the former coach, has a great relationship, him and his staff. And yeah, man, I appreciate everything that he did and for the program to be where it's at right now and everything like that.
Yeah. Matt, you was at Sierra Vista and Nogales, the latest one, right? And you were able to turn these programs around in a short amount of time. What were your top 3 things that you focus on to get those programs turned around in a short period of time?
Just getting the kids to love to know that you're there and they love you, that you love them, and and that you're not going nowhere,
Mm-hmm.
and that you're willing to do whatever it takes. If it costs to be there at 5 in the morning to 1 a.m. to take him home, right? To give him some money for food, uh, to hand walk them to a counselor, maybe to talk about a problem, um, to be able to laugh with them, but also put your arm around them and hug them at tough times, right? Because it's adversity is going to hit at some point, right? It's not going to be the honeymoon phase the whole time. Adversity is going to hit at some point, and the response is how we're gonna really handle things, and yeah, just show them that you're there for them, that you care about them genuinely, and them kids will run through a wall for you. You know, them kids will run through a wall from you, and they'll respond, and they'll respond when certain things happen. You know, I told them, the five of us, we can go, but we probably won't go far. You know, if 60, 70 of us go, we'll go far. You know, we'll go for a lot farther down that alley than all of us would.
Yeah, man, that's big. I agree with you on that one. Hey, man, you got parents, and I don't know. I'm way up in Utah, bro. But I know how the area is. You know what I'm saying? I definitely know how the area is. Man, do you sense any pressure, bro, from being like never going to Mirror having rich history, um, Mirror doing the things that they've done over the last 2 decades? Do you feel any pressure?
I I I don't. I don't. Just because I know what I can do. I know what the kids is capable of doing. Um, the administration's strong support there. Um, yeah, I just know what like kind of like what I could bring to the table. Um, yeah, I don't feel no pressure. I don't feel pressure. Um, and and I love pressure. You know,
Straight up.
I love pressure. I embrace it. I love challenges. I embrace challenges. If it was easy, I wouldn't want it. You know, if it was easy, I wouldn't want it. If it was easy, yeah, I probably wouldn't be the job for me if it was easy. You know.
Yeah. Man, I want to know because, everybody, Mir definitely has a rich football program. Pasadena basketball, Pasadena has a lot of talent. But, the fans and community going to want to know, what is the Mustangs going to look like once the fall season comes? What is some things, style that you're going to bring out, and your blueprint for the Mustangs coming out in the fall?
Yeah, we're gonna be fast, physical, accountable, disciplined, and tough.
Hmm.
We're gonna like see ball, get ball on defense, and on offense. We're gonna be explosive. We're gonna be explosive. We're gonna let our athletes be athletes, and we're gonna dictate the style and tempo we want to play. Right. We're not gonna let someone dictate it to us from start to finish, and we'll be good on all three phases: offense, special teams, and defense. Special teams is huge. You know, so we'll be good on all three phases, and yeah, we'll be fast, physical, aggressive, disciplined, accountable, and yeah, I think they'll be excited about the product that they see in the fall throughout the course of the season.
That's awesome. Matt, I kind of want to follow up with that because being in Pasadena, and you probably know more than anything, being an outsider. Pasadena get poached a lot by private schools, by other public schools. Pasadena is a very as far as living, very expensive, right? Continues to go up, cost of living, which has caused families to move in the past, just from the IE. All the people in LA are even out in the IE now. How do you keep the talent there, that once you have, kind of developed the kid, or you have some success with him or them, right? And now it's like, hey, they have an opportunity somewhere else because a private school is, presenting a greater opportunity in sense, as far as sometimes it might be financially, or they think they have more resources or something like that.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is that's what I showed Dr. Gray, right, the principal. When I was at Bishop Almont, Muir had a kid named Teron Williams, I believe his name was.
Hmm.
And I actually was that coach poaching them, right? And I showed him a DM from like 2021. I want to believe it was, and we started laughing about it, right? And but yeah, Matt, like I think I put an article. I think a quote was in the article, man. Kind of like all that water's gonna be cut off,
Hmm.
like letting the kids know that they can achieve everything they want at Mir.
Yeah.
from an early stage, right? Like, I think you got to start early because in private schools, other public schools might be recruiting the kids 7th, 8th grade now, right? And then our current kids, I don't see them going anywhere. I think a lot of kids when they leave 9th, 10th grade is they can get success, right? They get success, they get that varsity film, they're feeling good. They're going to camps, they're going to 7-on-7 circuit, and they're getting attacked by other schools, right? And hey, what's your school doing for you, right? I can get you out, blah blah, wooty woo. All that other stuff is like my expertise as far as like what they want, right? A lot of what they need is that they want, am I going to get to college, right? Am I going to get offers? Am I going to get the opportunities? And that's like my expertise. Yeah, but just let them know that they have a home here as far as anything they want to achieve in the classroom, on the field, they can do it at Muir. And the goal is to play the big dogs. The goal is to play the big dogs. I'm not an ultra competitor, man. If we got the right people, we're gonna go play whoever. We're gonna go play whoever, and we'll figure out how to get it done. We'll figure it out if it's going cross country to make it happen. We'll figure out the financial part in order to go get it done. And we're not gonna make no excuse about it. We'll let people know that we're not taking like a backseat to anybody. We're not gonna take a backseat to any program trying to get our kids. We're gonna go out and keep these, try to do our best to keep these Pasadena kids home. It starts putting a fence around our city, right? I think like even Alamany, right? We talked about Alamany has some openings. Let's play Alamany because I remember when Vernon Adams and them guys was there, right? That they were Pasadena guys. They went out there for better cause or better opportunity or whatnot. I don't know those families. I don't want to speak. I don't want to speak too much about it. But let's just say they went out there for a better situation that they thought they couldn't get at Muir or PH or the other school in the city. But as far as what we do at Muir, we're going to provide them with the best opportunity on the field to be successful, the best opportunity in the classroom to be successful, and to let them know that whatever their passion is in the classroom, on the field, it can be obtained at Muir High School.
Y'all trying to play out of state?
Y'all got. We'll try for sure. I did. They said it can't be done. I did it in Nogales, so.
Hey, what up, man? We can make a connection, man. I would love to see y'all up here in St. George playing against one of these teams, bro.
I know a guy out there. His name is T.O. He's kind of like a mover and a shaker out there in Utah. He got a lot of kids out there.
Where he's Salt Lake though? He more like in Salt Lake area.
Yeah, like a big Polynesian dude. Yep.
Okay, yeah, I'm like right behind Vegas, so we like the first city you enter when you get into Utah, bro. That'd be cool, bro. If we exchange information and stuff like that, and see if we can figure something out. I'm pretty plugged in up here, bro. That'd be awesome to get. I mean, just to get the kids outside of the city, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, all the talent is in California, if you ask me.
Yeah.
But also expose, like showing these kids that these kids are, they playing with a different side of passion and things like that, bro. So I definitely try to connect that, bro. If you guys
and that's why I did it. That's why I did it this past season in Nogales was some of them kids will never get it. We went to Vegas though, right? But some of these kids, for me, was like some of these kids will never get a chance to go somewhere outside of their surroundings,
Yeah.
So, and then if a kid can hold a plane ticket, shit, he might not never hold one in his life, So to me, it's much bigger than just like regular stuff,
Yeah, it's the experience involved with it and stuff.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
That, bro. Yeah, bro, I'm excited for you, my damn self, bro. And with barely even just getting to know you on a on flag on a culture, bro. Bro, y'all got a different schedule, man. Y'all got a different schedule, so y'all know y'all go against like La Cañada, I think Monrovia. Is it still the Pacific League?
I think it's something different now. They went to like a conferencing. So the league plays like Burbank, La Cañada, Monrovia, and then the week 10 is at Turkey. This is the Turkey Tussle game, PHS game, and then preseason we're getting it worked out now. So I know we got Pius on it, private school Pius. And then we're getting other things worked out in the King South. I told the kids, man, we're gonna try to play the best of the best. So we try to see what's out there and play the best of the best, and taking see what it do.
Yeah, I love that, man. Y'all going out there. Okay, quick question, bro. What struggles as a kid did you face to have to have the empathy for these kids? So what were some of the similar things that you've heard about without you being from Pasadena? What are some of the things that you might have heard about, or some things that are very similar or might be right on the same thing, to where you got that understanding to where it's like, you know what, I've always been like this, or I know how to deal with kids like this. So what's some instances in your life, bro, that that have occurred, and I don't mean to get too personal, and you don't need to get too vulnerable, or you can keep it right there or
Nah,
whatever.
yeah, and it's just seeing it, right? And then like beside I ever mentioned like the knee surgeries, right? Dealing with kids like that in that situation, but seeing it, my dad, and then asking him like, why are we giving money for it, right? Why are we doing like not giving money as far as thousands, but like putting food, like kid need to eat, giving him some money to eat. Like why are we doing this for? And he's like always said like, man, like it'll pay it back later, right? You'll see it later. So he was a part of I think called a PAL program, kind of like brought the Nike Switch League into the Project Charlotte course in LA, a basketball league. And he's had this hockey thing, right, in the PAL program.
Yeah, the
And
Police Activities League.
yeah. So
I was in that.
so he ran the PAL program, and there was this hockey league that the dude wanted him to do. So he's like, man, how the hell are we gonna get a hockey rink for the kids in the projects? So how are we gonna get them to pay, right? So there was a skate rink in Whittier called Skateland. So my dad went to talk to the owner. He said, man, I'll give you the keys, but you can use it for free from like midnight till 6 in the morning. So we used to go in the police bus, in the little PAL bus to pick up kids in the projects to go take them to skate, right? So I see kids with all these struggles, and for me, I know Muir is like probably the most talented school as far as I've head coaching I've been at, but I've been to Pauley. I've seen it done at Pauley, right, as an assistant for Antonio Pierce. 1 year as last year I was as assistant, but like as far as like main titles, I always look at places that people in a way can say things can be done there. And I said this doesn't go for Muir because Muir has a tradition already, right? Has the kids, but like as far as like other stuff, right? Like Nogales in a way, you can't do nothing at a school like that in La Puente, right? Sierra Vista, one in 19, right? In the past 2 seasons I was there, you can't do it in a community like a Baldwin Park that got nobody. Okay, right? It's like those things that it's like it's more rewarding at the end goal to sit back and say, man, things were done that people didn't believe in a way, that didn't believe in a way, through love, through hard work, through like grit, right, through accountability, through discipline, through all that stuff. And to me, that it's more rewarding that way, right? I'm not the one. I don't think I'm the one that could ever go to like them, even like public schools in the nice areas. You know what I mean? That the parents got a little more. That it's not the get the money kind of kid, right? Just because I feel like I gravitate more towards those kids of that, and I feel like they need someone more like that in their life, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, I love that, bro.
Well, Matt, we definitely got to talk about the tussle, man. Us two, we're both PHS alum, right? And the
Oh
Matt.
man, y'all got no chance then.
Look at him. Look, he didn't took that. He didn't look at him. He's a
Hey
stand
man, I feel bad
already.
for y'all. Then y'all gonna cut me out. Y'all
He
gonna
is a
cut me out of this
stand. Look
right
at
now.
him.
Then y'all about to end this. You about to end this talk.
Oh,
Look at
so
him, man. Look at him. He got it tatted on his heart. He,
we definitely are some dogs at heart, but it's everything Pasadena, and
Yeah.
there's this rivalry, right? This is something that is big. I tell it people. When I went to college, play professional, like this is no better a place, the granddaddy of them all that you're playing in, having an opportunity, and then what it is for the city. Um, you know, I'm pretty sure you understand what it is, but really understanding what is going on. How do you get ready to prepare yourself? Because of course, you're building your team, your coaching staff, everything like that. But how do you prepare yourself? Because I say this sometimes it's good to be from outside because you don't know the expectations of what's going on, but you know how you do your thing, which works very well. But also seeing because I've gone play professionally where coaches come in and they didn't understand the rivalry, they didn't understand it completely, and then it's like, man, you didn't take it as serious as it is, right? How do you prepare yourself for this rivalry here in Pasadena?
Yeah. I kind of like, on the outside, I kind of see it, but I never felt it, right? Never felt it. Never been a part of like a week of it, never been a part of like or the lead up to that week. or maybe events going on that week that I don't know about, or that I'll become familiar here soon, obviously. But yeah, just take it as like it's corny and letting the kids know, don't let an emotions take over the game. Don't let your emotions take over the game.
The lights be
From start to from start to finish, especially it being week 10, right? Especially being in week 10. I know it's a lot different than it was probably back when you played, right? I'm not trying to say your age now, but back when you played because of Instagram, right? Because of social media, because friendships, right? Like I don't think I've always thought like before rivalries, not only maybe not tussle, right? But rivalries before, it was like I damn near, even if he was my homie, I damn near wanted to beat the hell out of him on the field, right? And even after the game, I didn't really want to shake his hand. I didn't want to take a picture with him. I didn't want to see him the rest of the weekend, right? But now you got the kids like that, right? And that's the era we're in. You got the kids that they hugging each other after the game, win or lose, right? They're taking a picture with each other, right? They're taking the helmets off, they're talking, they're dabbing each other up. And it's like, what the hell, whether we won or they won or we got whipped and they got whipped and your coach is scratching your head like, man, get over here. We just got our, we got our butts behind kicked and you over there taking a picture with him and blah, well, he's my homie, And it's just, it's what we're in today with these kids, with the whole era we're involved in. But you always got one thing that can be taken too far. You got one thing that can be taken too far. But just honing down and don't let it become it's just another game in a way. It's just another game. But understand the thing of right. We're still gonna beat Pasadena, right? What it means to people that came before you that are gonna come after you, right? And what it means to the mirror, right? And us and everything like that. So and the kids understanding all that stuff and just executing the game plan, executing the task at hand.
Not for sure.
Hey, real quick, Matt, how important is because growing up, if you played at a certain park, you was going to a certain high school. If you played for a certain youth team, you was going. So if you played for the Trojans, a lot of those kids either went to private schools or they went to like Pasadena High School. A lot of the kids for the Ponies, for the Panthers, were either going to Mirror because we all was on the west side of Pasadena. Bro, where do you see yourself investing in the youth to where I'm going to Mirror? Like growing up, we used to watch Lance play, and we used to be like, man, I'm Lance, number 10. Like, what do you do as a head coach to allow these kids to know that John Muir is the next place for them without a question?
It's them seeing you. It's them seeing you.
Right.
Yeah. Before it was like that, right? Like you said, before it was like that. Them when kids back then would go to them games on a Friday night and you were like the kid, the person balling on the field was like their superhero. Right? It was like, man, when I come, like you said, when I come to Mirror, I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna be number 2, right? I want to be number 1. I'm gonna be number 10. Like you already knew what jersey number you wanted to wear, who you were gonna be, right? I'm gonna be the next so and so, right? At Mirror or at wherever. This is at Dina or at Locking Out or whatever, right? And because that's what you were gonna do. Now these kids are getting so pulled in so much direction, or they're just home being on the sticks. Because even you go down the street, right? I can open my door right now. Ain't no kids playing in the neighborhood no more. Right, ain't no kids out there in the playing hoops at the dead end streets no more, right, or throwing the football. But just being out there, being at the practices, being at their games, inviting them out to our games, having them on our sideline, right, and that's why I'm gonna tell the kids as we get going is like they got to see you too. They got to see you too, because that's who's gonna be the next generation of Mirror. What example are we doing, right? Me as the coach, what am I doing to get them to come to Mirror, right? But them too, what are they doing so they can have that and say, man, I want to be like you, right? You can't be the knucklehead because they're not going to want to be the knucklehead. A parent's going to say, man, I don't want my son ain't going to be that knucklehead coach.
I don't even want you wearing his jersey.
Yeah. So doing all that stuff, man, having some youth stuff that I I'm gonna try to get done, and then yeah, man. So I'm not gonna open book, man. Like I said, whatever it takes to get it done, we're gonna get it done.
Yeah, man, I
Uh,
love that.
Matt, because you said this is your specialty because the portal is really hurting high school recruiting, right? What are some strategies on your end? Because I know you're very active on social media and stuff like that, right? What is your goal or your way of getting coaches to come down and seeing the talent? Because right now just high school recruiting it's not at a premium as it used to be. But how do you still allow those coaches to know that the players that you have, the caliber of players that you do have, though?
Relationships that I built,
Mm-hmm.
relationships that you built. It's a relationship business.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes like in everything, right? Like I'm not in your field, right? But if I try to get on the phone one of your people that you do business with on a day-to-day basis, he won't answer my phone call as fast as he answers your phone call. And I was just fortunate. I was just fortunate after I got out of high school, I met a dude through Brandon Huffman, who's a writer for 24/7 Sports, right?
Yeah, that's
His
my
name was
boy.
Baron Flannery. His name was Baron Flannery. Baron, the whole 7-on-7 scene was small back then,
Yeah,
so
he
they
do
did
all
it
that.
yeah. Baron Flannery today. Baron is the owner of Pylon Sports. Pylon is like one of the biggest 7-on-7 events in the country, right? But back then it was called Badger Sports, powered by Scout.com, because there was no 24/7 Sports. It was Scout.com.
We used to do it.
So Brandon introduced me to Baron in Vegas at Badger Sports. There was like 24 7-on-7 teams. The only team from California that went was B2G Sports,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
Ron Allen and Henry Bow.
Yeah.
So I get introduced to Baron, and 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 I tell basically Baron, we're chopping up. I tell him, man, whatever you need me to do to help you, run your thing, just let me know. We're at UNLV before the NCAA regulated 7-on-7, and you can't have the tournaments there outside of like the high school organization runs right now the club. He tells me, "Well, man, do you mind going over there and sitting down inside and just watching all the boxes of merchandise and no one jacks it?" I said, "Shit, I don't. You tell me to do it, I'll do it." That's how it was. So I went in there, and it started raining, and then here comes this lady, right? This lady knocking on the door, and she wanted to grab a sweater. And I don't know who this is. He tells me, "Matt, don't let anyone in here." So mom, grandma, anybody. He says anybody. I said, all right. So this lady says, could I get a sweater? I said, no. She said, oh, I'm Baron's mom. I said, oh, I don't care who you are. Baron told me don't let no one in here. Right. I said, if you his, I told I was like a smart little kid, right? So I said, so I was still a kid at the time. I said,
Go get him.
yeah, I said, if you his mom, go get him then.
Go get him.
Yeah, go get him. So what the lady do? She went and got him. I said, "Oh shit, Baron about it, man." I barely met the dude. He about to say, "Man, I don't want you to help out no more of my stuff," right? But what he did was he liked it because I did exactly what he told me to do, right? Like she didn't use that and get over on me. Well, shit, it might be his mom. I might as well do it because I don't want to get in trouble. You know what I mean? So at the end of it, Baron said, "Matt, do you mind helping me out on everything?" So I was essentially, because he was at the time too, he was the Scout.com Midland regional manager. So he lived in Texas. Yeah, he was all doing all the articles and rating kids. So I was like a ghostwriter for him. I was like his intern. So I said, oh man, this is cool. It keeps me connected to football. It keeps me involved. I like this. I would call kids. Hey man, how's recruiting going? Get Q&As. Started building my network. Started doing it all. And then he told me, Matt, you in LA, I'm gonna connect you with some guys, B2G. So after that, we did the first national championship 7-on-7 at SMU that year. And then Keyshawn took his team, the 1925 team. Keyshawn took it out there to SMU, right? And then Barron had his Goon Squad team. And then so we went out there. And then after that, he told me, man, I'm gonna connect you with B2G. So I got connected with B2G, blah, blah. And then we started premium with Fig, my guy Fig, my brother Fig. And then just been rolling ever since, man, trying to, jumping in vans before hitting up colleges with kids sleeping on floors. Everyone seems like the nice now, right? Like if I just woke up yesterday and got all these connections, or I can make a call. Nah, man, yeah, because that's what it is, man. People think that's what it is, for real.
Hell no.
But they don't see that, right? They just see the picture like on a jet or some shit, But excuse my language, but it's like they don't see the years behind it. So that's what that's what it was, man. A lot of years of grinding. And so now it's kind of like you build something, like kind of like you build it, they will come, So
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So yeah, I've always been like that, man. Hey, you want, like I said, like my dad said, man, you want something in life, you gotta go get it. Ain't nothing gonna be given to you. So damn, I'm gonna go get it if I got to.
Yeah, we know the same people, man. That's crazy because I used to go to B2G when B2G was
Man, the
just.
elite camps and shit, that shit cracking, huh?
Yep, we had them at Cathedral. I went to a couple camps at Cathedral. This one, Lucky Radley. You had Lucky Radley. What's his name? Randall Carroll.
Okay.
The
Yeah,
Anthony
OC.
Thomas. Yep. You
Yeah.
had all those type of guys like going to the camps. I was a young buck, but I didn't care. I had to get in where I fit in. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
I was sadly, bro, how I got connected with a lot of people. I don't say sadly who connected me. I say because the person has been through some things and
Right.
they have allowed themselves to um just do things that people don't approve of. You know what I'm saying? But Coach Frog put me on, bro.
Yeah.
Frog put me on. Coach Frog put a lot of people on as far as connection based resources, things like that. You know what I'm saying? So he was one of the first guys who I went and played 7-on-7 with. I snuck out the house and we went up to Vegas. We went up to Vegas to a Badger 7-on-7 tournament.
Bro, you was on that team then.
Yep, it was DeAnthony, Michael Bercovici,
Bro.
yep, Derek Woods,
Yeah.
Michael Thomas. Before Michael Thomas
Bro,
was
I was up there then with you then.
yeah, I'm sure you was, bro. I'm glad
Yeah.
we're around the same age, bro. But with you saying that, bro, man, you could talk to Coach Ike, man, bro. I'd be all around, bro. So
Yeah.
I'm right with you on that,
Bro,
bro.
he was it was Barron, and then he had the little bald dude from where he at, from Philly. Say my guy, little Coach Crosby.
Was he a bald white guy?
Yeah.
Yep. I think I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah, but no, that's good though, bro. Man, shout out to the kids at Mirror, man.
Bro, you left Cathedral when it was dark that day, then in the vans to go to Vegas that
Oh,
weekend.
yep.
Bro,
That was early in the
if I
morning.
see I have seen it. I was super young though. I have seen it though.
Yeah. That's when we were doing it. But you know, it's crazy, hey man. To the kids at Mirror, to the parents at Mirror, man, you will be outsourced. I'll tell you that you will be outsourced. Just because somebody who speaks from a passionate perspective of where he came from, where Coach Matt V came from, y'all gotta understand how hard it is to get connected with these people. Like you. I don't think you really understand. Like, and then these are the people with the answers. So they don't have to answer you. So if you got their numbers, if you have their connection and they responding back to you, man, I think you do your best to keep a good connection with them, man. So not to say any other coaches didn't have those connections, but man, I see us kind of the same with connecting with people and stuff like that, bro. Because man, we've been around it for a while, bro. But I definitely man, I want to give you your flowers, bro, just for doing your groundwork because I know how hard it is, bro. I know how hard it is to like just want to be on, and now being at the position that you at, to where it's just like, bro, you like Chingy, bro, one call away. Hey, bro,
Nah, man, but you got to stay on it though. You got to stay on it. You got to stay on it. So. And I mean, I'm gonna call. You tell me to call. If you don't answer, I'm gonna call you 15, 20 times, man. Man, I'm in a meeting. Well, you told me to call, man. Answer your phone.
Straight out, bro. I love that about you, man. I definitely, man, I see a lot of good things coming. I see a lot of great things coming, actually, man. I got a quick question, bro. So for some seniors that was on a team last year that are like, damn, man, Coach Lance left me, man. Like, I thought he was gonna help me get out. I thought he was gonna help me do this, or say for instance, if they feel like now some of the kids are like, man, I need help, and I'm gonna just go to Coach Matt and see if he can help me out. What's your perspective on that? I know you said you got an open door, but these are kids you don't know from a can of paint.
Well, I mean, I'll help them out because they go to Mirror. You know what I mean? Because they go to Mirror. So they're still my kids too. You know, and like I don't want, like, even though you kind of said it. I don't want to say, like, how you said it, like kind of like Coach Lance kind of because Lance is a good dude. You know what I mean? Lance is a good dude. Lance is a great. To me, he's a good dude. So I think he did a lot. He did a lot. Tons of good there. Tons of good there.
Yeah. That's my boy.
And that's like home for him. But I understand what he had to do. I understand what he had to do. And if we're in a position, it's about elevating. It's about elevating. But yeah, if they're current seniors and they have aspirations of playing still, man, I'll try to do whatever it takes to get them somewhere. It's obviously late. And that's like another thing. Parents are, they don't know, but they if they did know, they don't, now they know, or however you say it. But we'll figure it out. Something, they can get somewhere. And nowadays too with the portal, you can start small and end big, man, and stop local chasing. So or you can start big and not in nowhere.
Yep.
I got coaches that tell me all the time, man, you got a portal kid. Yeah, they tell me, don't send me that kid that's been 3 years at so and so and never played because he's not nothing to me.
Right.
I want someone with production. So
No, that's facts. Well, Matt V, man, we're not gonna hold you too much longer, man. Can you share your social media presence because that's where kids are at now? And where can people find you?
yeah, I'm big on Twitter. I think it's like at the Matt_V. That's where I kind of do everything on Twitter. Instagram is like kind of more personal, but yeah, Twitter is big. Twitter, they can find me on Twitter, or they go on our Mirror Football Twitter, and then I'm in the bio, and they can just click my under Matt Villasenor in the bio.
No, awesome, man. Matt, appreciate you, man. Definitely hope
I'm gonna
success.
add you right now, Matt.
Yeah,
Yeah, some success down there, and we'll be meeting in person. I'm currently in China right now, so I definitely will be coming out though. Come check y'all out as well,
yeah,
bro.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
appreciate
man.
it, man. Anything you guys need from me, just let me know. And yeah, I wish you guys success. You guys are PHS guys, so every success all the way up to week 10.
Yeah, nah, it's still staying. Hey, it's still Stang's house, man. We Dina at the end of the day, man. Like
Yeah.
I went there, man, and wanted to go to Mir. I lived on the west side. I lived in Altadena, bro. I lived literally like up the street from Mir. We just coming up at the time. It just wasn't Mir wasn't the place for for me to go at the time.
Got you.
PHS was like a better school as far as being around better people and things like that. I think it was a few riots going on when I was coming out the 8th grade over at Mir, but bro, we Dina, man. I'm excited for you, bro. I really
Yeah.
am, man. I'm excited for you, man. I'm super excited for you, bro. Man, I'm sending my love, man. I thank God that He was able to open up a door and allow somebody to open up a door for you as well, bro. So,
Yep.
man, keep it going, man. God bless you, man. It's a pleasure having you on Flag on the Culture, man. We definitely we love coaches. We love people to come on here and just express, bro. We just want to give people the voice. We want to give people understanding of, what they doing or what are other people doing. You know what I'm saying? So thank you so much, Matt. Thanks for coming on Flag on the Culture, man.
No problem, man. Appreciate you guys. God bless, man. Talk to you guys soon.
God bless,
Have a
brother.
good one, man.
All right.
Ah, man.
Fire.
Matt
Matt
V,
V,
man.
man, that was Matt V, new head coach at John Muir High School in Pasadena, California, man. What's your thoughts, man? What's your thoughts? He got me excited, bro. I ain't gonna lie, because I feel like we kind of very similar as far as how we move to know people in life. You know what I'm saying? I think our networking base is incredible, bro. That'd be incredible if we could be on the same coaching staff, bro. I think we'll set some records with getting kids to college, bro.
Man,
I think
I think that's the way to go. Being connected, man. That's what's gonna drive the kids to your program. But we didn't mention it, but it was talked about, man. This is the first non-alum at Mir, right? In 2 decades. This hasn't happened, and then this is the first Hispanic head coach at Mir. So man, these are all new things, especially during this time. So man, I think it's awesome, and only time will tell. And wish the best success for him, and Mir going forward, as well as all the Pasadena high schools, right? You know what? We're gonna have to bring on PHS head coach Ron Jones. We're gonna have to get him on here, talk about what they got going over there. I know we had Desham on, but we got to bring him on as well, man. What was your takeaways though?
Oh man, like I said, I got pretty excited, bro. I got excited for the city of Pasadena within itself. Um, Mir has always been a great program, bro. Mir has always been I'm not gonna say a great program. Mir has always invested in his history, bro. That's one thing that HS I felt like lacked, bro. I really feel like we lacked that over there at the doghouse, man. But Mir has always had that, bro. So for me, I always kind of wanted to look over the fence and see what Mir was doing. Cause I'm like, damn, I know it's some culture over there. I know the homies is over there. Like I know it might be a different environment and it might be a different feel, but we together. You get what I'm saying? We together. It's not like you got how many kids? 2,000 kids on HS campus?
Man, it's less than that now.
Well, less than that now, but I'm saying when we was
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It was.
bro, it was
We was close to like close to
free. Yeah, you
4,000.
feel me? Like
Yeah.
3,000 kids in the school. I think everybody graduating class had at least over 1,500.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So, Mir has always been smaller than ours. Like Mir school has always been smaller. So I feel like it's easier to keep a lot more things under control.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I feel like you could bring anybody in the Mir. Anybody. You just can't bring anybody in the HS.
Yeah.
It's too like I think they have been bringing anybody in the HS, but I don't think that. I think with the way Mir is like set up and strategic, they know exactly what they're doing with this new hire. And it's not to place blame. It's not to throw a blame on the last coach or anything like that. But Lance is in a better position. You don't think this coach is coming to try to put this team in a better position?
Yeah.
Yes, this is a friendly competition. This isn't F you, F me, or I'm against you and you against me. No, this is you. And I want to say this too, bro. It does not make you a better coach because you come in and do something within your first or second year. It doesn't make you a better coach. You may have more resources than that coach have, and you know how to use those resources more than that last coaching staff had. Let's get out of saying as coaches when we're obligated to help these kids. Let's get out of saying that we're better than the next, because it's not going to do nothing for us as coaches if we walk around as coaches saying we better than that coach. How the kids going to feel? Mm-hmm. Like that coach should be coaching him. They're not going to trust the coaching that they're getting. You know what I'm saying? So we got to have a better understanding as adults how to speak around these children. You know what I'm saying? And how to kind of articulate our words just so they can carry them on to talking to their friends in a good way. I'm telling y'all because I'm working on this myself. So I work on it every day and I do the best that I can to, star in my role and preach what I speak, man. So I think I'm excited for Mir, bro. It's not. I think I'm excited for Mir and what they got coming and what they got going, bro. They got a lot of things. I think he deserves it, man. After speaking with him, getting to know him, I think he honestly deserves it. It's crazy when a person gets in a position because it's like now I can say like, oh, I wouldn't want nobody else in that position after. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like this is what they needed. This was the missing piece in a sense. I wish they could have done it together, but life is unfortunate and things come and go. You know what I'm saying? So a job came for him and he left and an opening opened up for him and he accepted it and he's ready to move forward. So I'm excited for Matt V, man. That's incredible, bro. I really don't feel too many concerns. My biggest concern, though, I got one. I got one. Who are you bringing along with you? That's why I asked him that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I kind of touched on that base because, Matt, you can be incredible. You can be the best person that you want. But if you do not have these coaches on the same page, it's over. It's over. Don't feel like you got to hire somebody from the city just because you're not from the city. So don't feel like you got to hire nobody from the city to make it seem like you're gravitating more towards the kids. No, you don't have to do that. Like you don't have to do that. I feel like since you're unknown, not unknown in a negative way. When I'm saying unknown to the community prior to you being in the position you are in now, I feel like man, you do the best to bring in the smartest people that you trust. You get what I'm saying? And of course you got some that you're going to get to know along the way and you're not going to like, and you're not going to like their style and things like that. But like, that's why I asked Coach Matt, what's your foundation? What are you setting up? Like, if you have somebody come in there that think they're going to coach this way, do you have a foundation? Do you have something that they're going to go back to have an understanding of that? So that was one of my concerns. But ultimately, when we leave everything in God's hands, He takes care of the situation better than we can ever even imagine. So, yeah, I'm excited, bro. I'm excited, bro. We are dogs, bro. And he kind of came at us sideways too, low key.
I mean, talk is cheap, man. You got to play the game. I mean, he's supposed to do that. You got to. Like you said,
I love it though. He already passionate. He like, I'm right here on the. What are you talking about? Yeah.
You brought up a good point because I want to talk about that. Do you think it's important? Do you think it's important to have coaches who represent your players? For instance, right? You played in Utah, and people like, oh man, it's probably gonna be all white coaches. Obviously, it wasn't all white coaches, right? Or in high school, there might be all black staff, right? Do you think it's important though for kids to see the same person, essentially skin tone, who's coaching them, or at least need to be on the staff for them to kind of be able to understand them as a player or to get through to them, and not even just as a player, right? But actually um, still develop them talent wise.
Now, for the kid to believe in you, you gotta go. You gotta be a developer. So number one, the kid is not gonna believe in you if you can't develop this kid to be better than what he was when he came to you. So it is very important that you have these people around you that can develop kids. Now, everybody stars in a role, bro. So it's not like I think with this you kind of you kind of bring you kind of bring so for me this is just like this in any relationship. What do I lack? What is this person good at? Is this person incredible at what I lack? I need them. Um I don't think so. So I don't think that you need, for sure. I don't think that you need to play the sport or be the same color. The reason why is because a child is taught to listen. If you can get to a child's heart, if you can get to a child and allow them to understand, then I feel like now once the child learns you, it'll run through a wall for you. You get what I'm saying? So I don't feel like you need somebody, your color, your race, or anything like that. I feel like you need people who can develop you better than you came to me. Like if you came to me like this, I guarantee you're not leaving like this. So I don't think it has anything to do with race, culture, or anything like that. Ultimately, it has everything to do with the adult having the competence on how to allow this kid's gifts to shine. We had a segment, bro, and remember we talked about the segment where it said, "Do coaches put players in the wrong position?" And how do they put them there because they think it's the best for this player because maybe size. So I move a safety down a linebacker but now he's scared to tackle because he's not coming from 12 yards and running full speed. So he's coming from 6 yards and he's like not even, he's thud tempo the whole game. You have to realize this player's gifts. If this player is shooting out of a rocket from 15 yards and you know for sure he's going to make this tackle, leave him back there. Don't make no sense if you come up and he's missing 8 tackles when because he can't get to a certain speed or I'm just throwing examples out there. You get what I'm saying? But that's kind of like how, bro, if you can't assess a kid's gifts, if you can't look at a kid, analyze a kid, work with the kid throughout a week, you're seeing emotions, you're seeing speed, you're seeing agility, you're seeing the ability for this kid to move, and you turn around and say, he already fast, and you turn around and say, you just got to pump your arms a little faster. You're not making this kid better. You're not developing this kid. You're not. No, you're not. So I don't think it has anything to do with color, race, or anything like that. I ultimately think, can you get to this child? Can you see this child's gifts? Can you see this young person's gifts to where you as an adult can enhance them in a better way? You feel me? What do you think though? I know we kind of similar with how we train. I train you, you've trained me. So me, the way I train now has a lot to do with how you train me, if that makes sense.
I don't.
You think
When
it
it
got to do with color? You think it got to do with anything like that? Do you think the kids will, if you darker than me, I'm gonna listen to you. If you lighter than me, I'm gonna listen to you. If you sound like you got this hat on, if you sound like anything, like what is it to you?
from my perspective, no, I don't believe it is.
Straight out.
Um, I like you said, I think it's you being if you can develop and get the results for the child, right?
Yeah.
Because I had my DB coach and I played professional, and he was our defense coordinator and head coach. He's white, but he actually taught us stuff. And physically he couldn't teach us, but he told us like where to get to and how I see the game now is all because of him, right? But at the same time, I do know there is some players who feel comfortably because they can go to that player. I remember going to Mount Sac. I've probably never seen Samoan, Polynesian a day in my life till we went to Mount
Man,
Sac.
till I went to Mount Sac, I saw.
Everybody was there. But you was wondering where they was coming from is because they had some coaches that looked just like him. And you be like, man, how you get here? Man, this coach, he talked to me and he brought me. It wasn't it wasn't
Yeah, they
the
taking care
receiver
of their
coach.
people.
It wasn't the DB coach that got them players there. It was the
Mm-mm.
coaches that represented them. So it's no, they don't. You don't need to look like them or have be the same race. But I do understand for people when they are uncomfortable, right? Someone they can talk to off the field, someone that does understand their culture, someone who does understand,
Speak that same
uh,
language.
their family dynamic, right? As far as how things are operated, yes, that those things are important. But I don't think it's a must. But it's all about being comfortable at the end of the day because we talk about all the time going off to college and you going to a place where nobody looks like you. It's kind of it's like man, it's kind of different. I'm here, right? Of course, some people can adjust, but some people it's nothing you can say or do to really feel like you're part of wherever you're at unless you have some people that's with you or have some type of inkling of understanding of what your background is. So I do understand both sides of it, but I definitely agree with you on that. Definitely agree.
Yeah, yeah, that's just how I feel about it, bro. And then I'm glad in the era we came up in, and I'm glad in where we from because the coaches that taught us, Addison Hawthorne, Kevin Mills, a lot of the guys was around. I know you were coached by Dwayne Walker. I think you were. Um, I briefly was around him for a stint, maybe. Um, those guys develop you. Those guys take the time to develop you into the position you play. You know what I'm saying? So, who like for us for the game to be presented to us like that? Who would we like? Why would we not present it to them like
Hmm.
that?
Hmm.
Like you get what I'm saying? Like who like no. Why would you change up the way this game is presented?
Yeah, yeah. We haven't talked about this, and I want to talk about it because a year has passed right since the fires, Eaton Canyon fires, bro. A sad time for Altadena, Pasadena, mainly Altadena.
Especially January, man.
Yeah.
I ain't,
Um,
I've never seen Altadena or Pasadena since the fires. Like I've never been out there.
Yeah, it looked like a bomb. A bomb has hit it. It's very, very disturbing. Constantly rebuilding. Right, January 7th to the exact date is when all these things happen. I remember being out there because I lived in the city not too far. Actually, was had to evacuate due to the fire and not having any power. Right, um, but the reason why I bring this up, right, I want to discuss this. There is a lot of people, and you actually have some family who lost their homes up there, right? There is some people who had homes and stuff like that. They're gonna have to relocate. Um, they're either going to be able to rebuild or be bought out, or or um, they had no insurance altogether, and they have to relocate altogether. For the people who have to relocate, what are your thoughts about them, right? What are your thoughts on, a family who has had their home? And I learned this once all this fire happened. I didn't we from there, so we don't realize this, but Altadena was very rich as far as black ownership, right? If you went to Altadena, it was predominantly all blacks. And then over the years it has, more cultures have went in more diverse, right? But Altadena, as far as in California, was probably one of the black home ownership was one of the highest. Probably will not no longer be. Hopefully, you know, we're able to keep some homes and rebuild that community. But for the families that do have to, they will now have multiple generations they're raised, and now due to these fires, they have to leave. What are your thoughts to those families that would have to uproot all of their history and now have to do life somewhere else?
I face things like that in my life, not physically. I face things like that in my life all the time. Like the people who lost their house in my family, I'm gonna just tell you straight out. This was the response that I got from the people who lost their house in my family. We was waiting for something like that to happen so we can get up out of here. That shit threw me for a loop because I'm like, wait, why'd you move here? Like what? For me, I just was like, damn, man, like, all right, that's that feeling. So I really don't have like a real like I don't know how to feel, bro. Like I don't know how to feel if I'm being 100% honest. With me being from the city, I got empathy for the city. I got empathy for the people that lost their stuff. I pray all the time, man. I all the time I do. I hope they can replace the things that are replaceable. You know what I'm saying? I just it's unfortunate, bro. I just feel like having to just up and leave just like because like you're up and leaving with nothing though. You walking.
Hmm.
You're not up and then leaving. You didn't forget nothing. It feel like you did. It felt like you forgot everything because you like, what is going on? Like, I don't even have a cloth. Like, you, hanger, hangers is gone. Like everything is gone. Like everything is gone. So, bro, um, what I got questions, bro, because I wasn't down there. You was down there. I got questions. Where the hell did the people go who couldn't? Where the hell did people go who house did burn down? Like, what did they have a place set up for them people to go? Like, where did they go for that to happen? Like, I don't, bro. I'm telling you, I'm from Dina, but I ain't seen none of that. I haven't even seen I only seen burnt trees. I seen a video. Um, bro, I don't. You could give me that answer because I got a whole lot of questions. Like I'm still on the conspiracy side of things because I haven't even came over the hump of believing that that shit is real.
Yeah.
But I see it is. But I gotta see it, bro. I have to see like Elliot. I gotta see that. I gotta see no more Lake Street. I gotta see no more Altadena Drive. Like I have to come down there and see that, bro, for me to like I might drop a tear. I might cry, bro, because I mean it just it's crazy. It didn't even get to my house that I was raised in Altadena, but it got to I think the other side of Harriet.
Hmm.
Like the other side of Harriet is burned down, and these is all speculation and things that I heard, bro. So, bro, where did they have these people go when they lost their stuff? That's like if my shit burned down, what would I do? I don't know. It ain't never did that. So
Yeah.
like I have empathy, but I can't have I can't put myself there. Like
Hmm.
I have the empathy within my mind. Like I can understand what you're facing, what you're going through, and stuff like that. But bro, where did they go? Shoot, if you had to uproot and leave like that, I don't know. Now that's where you get your understanding the family because like you'll see who really care for you. That's like a jail situation. You go to jail and you see who really like you can mesh with, who you can go like depend on and help you in a situation like this. Everybody going through something, so everybody gonna want to help each other out. But what you think, man? I got questions, homie. I don't even. I got questions, homie, because I wasn't down there and I ain't been down there. I never even seen that.
Man, it's very unfortunate. A lot of friends, family, right, lost their homes, not lives, but their homes.
Homes, yeah.
You know, some people did lose their lives
People
though.
did pass
You know,
away.
for those who did, you know,
My love.
prayers up to their families, right? For those who were lost. It's just it is something you just can't explain, you can't prepare for those people that do have to relocate, like you said, because I had conversations with estate lawyers. I had, you know, I'm in the financial world, right? And I said it when it happened. I said this is a blessing for some families because it was grandmother or grandfather or great aunt or whoever bought that home, right? And there was somebody who, you know, they passed away now, and then whoever was living in there was barely hanging on. Altadena, Pasadena, right, is it can be expensive, and uh, you know, as many people as in there living as possible, trying to make it work, and it's like, man, this was a blessing, if it was set up correctly, if everything was set up. Um, I think it's unfortunate though. This is why I think it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because if you did want to stay, you no longer have that option to, just because things have went so skyrocket high that the price at which your grandmother or great aunt or whoever, when they purchased a home,
Everything
for you to rebuild or anything like that is,
is ugly right now.
man. Um,
Sam
uh,
Cassell.
yeah. And then on top of that, this is a learning lesson though too. This is for all of us. You know, we are in our community, right? The black community. I can't speak for everybody, but we think so short term. We got to think long term, man. We got to have things in place. We talked about it, man. We all gonna pass away at some point in time. Why don't you have life insurance, right? I know some people who did have insurance on their home, but you know theirs dropped. They prepared for it, but you know, it's certain things, but it's like, man, we got to do things right and think long term and generational, rather if things happen or not. I actually was having this conversation with my wife last night. How you got to just have a contingent plan just in case. Just in case, you have to run it through your mind of what if this happens. You're not hoping or wishing anything happens. It's
You
just
just
in
got to do everything for Justin.
you gotta settle everything and like, what if this happened, and be, if it does, we gonna be taken care of. But if I never think about it, like, oh, if I think about it, then it's gonna happen. No, if you think about it and happen, you gonna be in the worst place.
Worst
Man,
place.
worst place.
You better prepare for Justin. I tell you that. And a lot of people be asking who the hell is Justin, but well, just in case your ass is in a situation like that. So I feel you on that, man. I definitely feel you like 100% on that.
Yeah, yeah, man. It's unfortunate, bro.
And shout out to some of them families, man. Shout out to some, not shout out, but man, I just want to thank some of them. I mean, I want to like just send my love to some of them families, man, because like it was a hard time, bro. Like it was a hard time, and I know it's like, bro, I have not been to Pasadena since probably since like matter of fact, I think I left January 1st, New Year's.
mm-hmm.
6 days later, the whole city burned up. So my last time seeing the city, that's the image in my head. You get what I'm saying? So that I seen the city. I didn't see the whole street burned down. I didn't see none of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So man, I'm sending my love and my condolences out to all them people who lost their stuff. Man, that's just the sorriest thing you could possibly do, bro. I just, man, my heart goes out, bro. My heart goes out, man. And I thank God, like everybody is my family from Pasadena. I'm gonna just say that straight out. Like everybody is not everybody is my family, but a lot of the people who I associate with are my family, bro. So, um, yeah, man, I'm sending my love and my condolences to you guys, man. But I hope y'all willing to rebuild, man. I really hope y'all willing to rebuild. And if there's some programs out there that'll help y'all get some money, I think you sign up for them programs and you sign up for them programs. Do not give up your property, man. I know my grandparents did, but don't give up y'all property, man. Please don't. Like I'm telling y'all, it's hard, bro. Like y'all gotta understand how hard life is. Like I don't think if I have kids, like when I have kids, they might not even be able to get a job or a career that allows them to pay a mortgage. We realistically speaking, like some of our parents is still renting because of how hard they thought the economy was back then and didn't take advantage of the situation that they was on and stuff that they would that you know what I'm saying at times is stuff like that. So man, I'm with you on that, bro. I'm with you 100% on that, bro. I really like I'm with you 100% on that. It just sucks, bro. It really
Man, you
just sucks.
you just brought up a topic, bro. I mean, we kind of know the answer, but do you think the American dream, right, is attainable for this day and age? And the American dream,
No,
right, is get a home, have a job, have kids, multiple kids, um, and have just live your life. You said it's not attainable.
no, absolutely not, bro. I'm in Southern Utah, bro, and the Caucasians are asking that question now. It ain't just us. It ain't just us. It's the Caucasians asking that question now. I literally was in the car with one of the richest people in probably St. George, bro. He said, like, I don't care how much money I got. My kid is not about to be able to afford their own house, their own mortgage. Like, I don't care how much money they can stay with me until we figure it out.
Hmm.
Like it's not like literally he's asking, and he's a doctor, bro. He's a doctor. He's asking me like, not asking me, but he's wondering. He's like, dude, what are my kids gonna do when it's time for them to possibly move out the house? Like,
Hmm.
what are they gonna do? So for me, it's just like, damn, bro, I don't compare. I don't do that. I'm not about to sit up here and compare that to this or no. He stayed focused in his life, and that's what he got. But he's a doctor still asking this question. You get what I'm saying? He's a doctor still asking this question, like, how the hell is my son? How the hell is my son going to afford a mortgage? What career is he going to go into? Like, it's even getting hard for me, Aaron. It's getting hard for me, and I'm thinking that as long as I go to school and everything, I'll be good. But man, it's getting hard for me, and I'm telling you, bro, it's predominantly white out here. Um, yeah, we it's a lot of black areas where we got that chili and black people are wealthy and stuff like that. Here, it's a predominantly white area, bro, where men are everybody's trying to flex on each other from a financial perspective, and they still talking like that. Like, my kid is living with me until they honestly can figure finances out. And if they can't, then we expand upon the house that we bought. Like they're gonna put an extra. You get what I'm saying,
Hmm.
man, bro? Like that it's hard, bro. It's hard, bro. It is hard, bro. It is hard. What's the average mortgage in America today? Cost. What's the average mortgage cost?
Man,
A $500,000. We're not even talking about that no more.
it keep going up regardless where you at.
Regardless where you at. And listen, you still 13.50, 15.50, 16.50. Ain't nobody getting moved at $30 an hour working at no damn dicks,
Mhm.
working at no Chipotle, working at no. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
And they about to cut jobs because of AI and stuff. So man, it's gonna be hard out here, man.
It's gonna be even harder. I'm seeing robots on the internet walk around.
Hmm.
Hey, grab this for me. How fast do you need me to grab this?
Hmm.
Uh, now go grab a whole bro. It is crazy, bro. It is crazy, bro. It's wild. Actually, it's wild to me, bro. To just even see like it's wild, bro. And like I said, I thought like we was the ones, meaning our culture, we were the ones. Uh, like I'm thinking our culture, we the ones that's gonna have it hard. You know what I'm saying? Like we're the ones that's gonna have it hard our whole entire life. Nah, bro. It's hard for everybody. You feel me? It's hard for everybody. It's hard for moms, Sean, what up? It's hard for moms, dads, families, anybody. Anybody. It's hard, bro. It's hard, bro. So yeah, bro. I don't know, man. I'm not bringing no kids into this world right now. I'm just being straight out, bro.
And
If I
it's
just so
funny.
happen to fornicate, I'm wearing a hat.
It's funny
Straight
you
out.
said that, right? Because we talked about it when Alfredo was here, right? How less the reason why the PUSD, has to cut budgets, right? They have less kids, right? So the money's not coming in to Pasadena itself, and this is just not in Pasadena. This is all the United States. More people are having less kids these days, which this has happened before, right? But now in this climax, as far as how prices are soaring, right, and jobs are not
Yeah,
paying
they're
back the
not paying
same
you more,
amount.
but they raising everything.
Yeah, they're not, and inflation could keep going up. Worse, the dollar is dropping in value, right?
Right.
Um, I think I don't believe it's attainable as it was when my parents were, when they was 20. As far as and my grandmother,
It's still doable.
she bought a home, right, and it was bought off, it was paid off before I was born, right, and stuff like that. But I think it's doable, but I think it's gonna take a little more strategic and sacrifice, right? I think we're gonna have to do things differently because I don't want to be gloomy about it. I want to come up with solutions, and I think the solution for it, right, is everybody doing it together. Like for instance, you said, right, you don't want to bring in a child in this climate just during this time, right? It's so expensive, and I completely understand it, right? I tell people if you're not ready, don't do it. And a lot of people feel like they're not financially ready. That's why they don't want to have kids, right?
Right.
Where I think how we do get this done, though, we got to do it together. And together is, hey, uh, it might be two families. You might be a sibling. It might be your parents and you. Um, and people will want to do everything by themselves. This is why it gets harder, right? We kick 18-year-olds out. It's time for you to go live on your own, have more space, and now you put them in a bad situation, right? Um, but man, we're gonna rock
Man, keep
together.
it like you said. Hey, I actually like that. Let's turn this into a bachelor pad.
But no, it's not turning into a bachelor pad because this is
not
so
not
this,
not literally, but you
yeah.
know, like.
So it's a sacrifice. A parent, right? Parents,
Mhm.
especially you worked all your life, and now you close to retiring. And your kid, rather one, two, are still living there, right? Man, pay rent now. Get this home paid off, right?
Yeah,
Let's
yeah. There we go.
let's expand this, or you can stack your money. But let me also teach you how to build credit, right? This is common people who know what to do. This is how they're able to move. There's a
Yeah,
lot of people who don't have credit. They don't know how to build credit, right? They spending money. Oh, I'm living, at my parents' house. Oh, I can flodge. I may be paying no rent. I may be paying $500, and I make $2,000 a month or whatever, right? If they lived on their own, they couldn't survive. But because I'm paying 500, I'm helping grandmother, help my mom or dad,
you think you got more expenses? You think
yeah.
you young? You think you
So now you
great?
traveling. Now you
Yeah. Now
traveling. Now you getting all the new shoes, all of this and
yeah.
that. Man, it's a waste, man. You
I
shouldn't,
remember you told me that the other day we was on the phone. You said, "Look, give me your life."
bro.
You said, "I." But look, though, that's real talk, bro. Because I don't want my kids turning around and saying, "Damn, Dad, you went 30 years or you went 15 years, and we have nothing to show for it." That's like, damn, you right about that, bro. Like I've been out here on my own, like, but to help us out, we ain't got nobody to worry about. So
but but
like
but
the
but re,
mindset is not the
but
mindset is not
remember,
like
remember though, that's we just talked about with the fires. We thinking about short term and not long term.
yeah,
You
yeah,
feel
that's
me?
it, yeah.
Because eventually, let's say even if you have kids, let's not even say even if let's say you don't have no kids at all, right?
Hmm.
You cool with staying at your mom house? You feel
I'm
me? Until
I'm
she die? Your mom and dad until they die, you be like, oh man, I just gotta wait. So now you take over a home and let's say it is paid off. How you gonna maintain it? You don't know what it
you
takes
don't
to
know.
maintain it.
Right.
That income is done. More people gonna have to live with you, and most likely of you. the likelihood of you able to maintain it, it's not gonna happen. So
Right.
this is we're creating a generation of stop worrying about material stuff and build for the next generation, regardless if you have kids or not. Because ultimately, we got to get out of this short minded. This is why I want to discuss this because we like to talk about finance. We like to what's going on in our world, right? And how this is why it's so important why these student athletes are getting paid these big bucks, man, how to make it last and do things that's worthwhile. But let's also be honest, man, this is a flag, man, on our culture where like I said, we make, I don't care what nobody say, it don't matter if you make 30,000, it don't matter if you make 2 million 200,000 for the year, right? If you do it strategically and everybody works together and sacrifice, this is where we for sacrifice for 5 years. It might be 10 years. It might be 15. But when your latter days will be better and greater than the beginning. But we as a culture are not ready to do that. And until we do that, until we understand that, because a lot of people they're finding out they don't want to sacrifice, but they gotta do it. They
Got you.
have to. They have to.
That's what.
It's not it ain't like they ain't got no choice because there ain't nowhere else to live. uh,
Mm-mm.
Somebody got sick or something, so now you got to come back. You got to stay there and take care of them. Man, these things should already been happening, but because of the financial restraints we are in this economy, what's going on with our president and everything that he's doing, man, these things are happening. And it's discussed, but it's really not discussed like this, man. I want to shed some light on that, man. So yeah, man, we got to do a better job, but there is hope. We just got to educate ourselves and stop doing the nonsense. Stop spending our dollars where it don't matter. Stop spending the dollars where it
My
don't
sister was just saying, man, if you can't appreciate the little, you ain't gonna appreciate the big. So if you don't change your mindset when you have the small things, you gonna blow a fuse when that thing comes. It's look, and this is how it is, bro. Because you always tell me this, and you mentor me on stuff like this. Like that's your decision. If God gives you the opportunity to have those finances and you blow it, He opened a door for you, but you shut it yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, man, that's big, bro. That's big, and I'm glad we able to help people out and send it out there. And mind you, man, listen, when we talking to y'all, we not perfect. I'm far from perfect. um, I am, and I can't speak for our nest, but I can speak for myself. I'm a growing progress. I'm like a seed that's planted, and I just keep growing. I just keep growing. I get a little sunlight. I might grow a little further. I might learn a little more about the Bible today. I might learn less tomorrow. Or the thing about me is I'm an application type dude. I like to apply the style of living just so I'm not just talking. You get what I'm saying? Like I like to apply it. So I like to do my best to apply it in the best way that I can with what I have. So man, yeah, that's super important, bro. That's super important, man. That's one of the biggest focal points I feel like that we gotta do. I think taking from it, bro, the togethership is incredible, bro. And it has to start with wanting to break the cycle. If you don't want to break the cycle, ball game, baby. If you don't want to break the cycle, if you don't want to break the cycle, it's ball game, bro.
matter. Yep.
Yeah,
Everything.
it's a
Everybody
ball.
think they can do their own. It's two things in the Bible. It says, if you faithful with little, God will bless you with much. You're gonna be faithful over much, right? But he also says, with more responsibility, with more of it, you get more of it, you got more responsibility. You got to take care of it. If you don't take care of it, it can be taken away. It can
Or
be
to take care of
taken
you.
away. It
Take
can
care of you in a way where you feel like you need something every week. You need a new pair of this, and I fell victim to it. I am not gonna lie. I love buying new stuff just because I love the way new stuff feel. I hate the way old stuff smell, but I gotta get used to that smell, and I gotta stay in it straight out.
But that's it's funny you said where did our where in our culture I mean, I guess you can attest it to a lot of stuff
Much is
that we
given,
see.
much is required. You're right.
I guess we can attest to, or we can account for what we was raised on, what we saw, music videos and stuff like that. But where do you think it's taught? Where do you think it's taught that we just need to consume? Like I don't know about your
Oh
household,
man.
right? But I don't.
Oh man. I don't know because I don't know the beginning of time. But I just know I don't even mean to go racist, bro. I don't even mean to go like make it a white and black thing. But the white folks know what we wanted, and we thought we had enough to afford it. Um, and then we just, bro, I don't know. I can't go back into time and say like I don't.
Wait. What did we want though? That's what did we want?
We wanted what they was trying to give for us. We wanted what they was giving us. We wanted anything to make us feel better than how we was feeling. So we wanted anything. We wanted to be in a master's house. We want to be up there with clothes. It's you feel I'm talking about back in them days of things that I've heard. I haven't experienced that. I never seen nobody experience that. But from the things that we heard, things that I've heard, these people they wanted to be in the house and they didn't care if it was cleaning off the floor. They didn't care if it was. They just didn't want to be like infield slaves, bro. You know what I'm saying? So having that now, just think if you don't know nothing and you don't have no education, you gonna want everything in life to try to figure out a way to get smart, right? So if we can control what we tell you, I think that's where the consumptions go. That's where you consume at. Like they're controlling what they you feel me? Like without us having it, bro. And I think over the time they got to the culture, they got their hand on the culture, bro, and then it just took over. It just started falling down, like falling down. It just started went from here to here to here to here. Because honestly, bro, I don't know one designer brand owner. And this is me. I don't think the owners is black at Louis Vuitton,
They
Gucci,
not.
Prada,
They not.
uh, Amiri, Chrome Hearts. I don't think that the African Americans. So when I say they knew how to get us, they knew how to jump off in our water. That's just me. That's how we became consumers. Now, shit, he might have got his first $100. And he like, you know what? I'm about to go spend this on. I ain't never seen $100 from a slavery aspect. You know what I'm saying? I got paid more. And now I'm gonna go get this or go get that. I honestly don't know where the hell this came from. I could just speculate and throw a bunch of stuff out there. I don't know, but where you think it came from?
I think it comes from. I don't think it comes from history of anybody. I think it comes from the trauma and the wantingness, covetingness.
Covetousness.
Where
Covetous, yeah.
you covet what you didn't have, so you feel like you got to make up for whatever you didn't have when you was a child.
Yeah, if they had an exact answer, I think that'd be it.
Because I know some people hey like, oh man, I'm giving my child everything I didn't have. For what? For what? I said this story, and my boy he won't get mad at me, but his son he made it to the league. His son was having his first birthday, and his girl at the time wanted them to get a horse and do it big and everything like that. He's like, he's not gonna remember none of this. What are we talking about? He's like, I did it. He said, Ike. He said that was the dumbest thing. He said when I have kids, I'm not doing none of that stuff ever again. And it's like he's like I was able to he's like I was able to do it for my son, but he was like I was never able to do that, but he was like it was for nothing. It was like it was so dumb.
It was irrelevant.
He's like my son not gonna remember none of that. He's not going to. You can show him pictures. He's not gonna remember it, right? And I joke, because I have my own kids, and I never understood this. Why do parents buy Jordans for kids and they can't walk? Why are you buying your kids shoes? They can't walk. They
they
not even
trying to
going. They feet
they
not
trying.
gonna touch the ground. We ain't talking about like they crawling like these shoes. We talking about the baby just born. Why you got Jordan shoes? Why you got collections of Jordans? For the
Why do they make Jordans? Why do they make rubber Jordans for the
no,
baby?
it ain't no why. Hey, if you buying it, I'm gonna make it. Why are you purchasing it? Obviously, there's a market for it. Why are you purchasing it? Hey, if I see a business, it ain't gotta make sense to me. Oh, we got some dummies over here who gonna pay my rent. Oh, okay. So why are you purchasing it? Look, just because something is there don't mean you need to get it. That don't even make sense, right? Uh, you feel me? And I don't I'm into suits, but I'm not gonna buy no $4,000 suit just because somebody name. First of all, I love me, right? I love me the person. I don't need to wear another person's suits to be or his name to validate who I am as a person, right? Um, but for you to feel like you need to wear something that says $3,000 price tag, but we know that it's made in China. It's made in China.
That's where you at, huh?
Yes, it's made in China.
Tell me about one of them sweatshops, man. Tell me what they.
It's made out here for less than $15, and it's sold to you for 3,000. So it just don't make sense, man. Just because you
I need
got
to
the
get out there,
means,
man. I
yeah.
need to get out there. I
Just
need to
because
start.
you, just
I
because
need to get out there and make a product for 7 cents. Come sell it to some Americans for 1,700.
bro. And I think yeah. So if I had to, in a nutshell, I would say is people wanting what they didn't have, trauma, and then traditions. I think traditions is hurting a lot. For instance, the holidays. We talked about how you
Oh
know
yeah,
all these things like, hey, we gotta get together and do this. We gotta go hard for Christmas. We got the traditions and families, and everybody's family is different, right? It's not even just holidays. Some people they every depending on we going down to the lake and we gonna cook out and drink and everything. The traditions that you're doing, they could be not good for your health. They could not be good financially, right? That it just don't make sense. There's some traditions that are actually good, but other times it's more hurting, right? You know. So yeah, man, I think we got to just stop doing the dumb stuff, man. Especially financially, especially when times is hard.
as hard as it is,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. We got to do it. We got to
As
do
hard
it.
as it is, man, the discipline got to be there, man. I was listening to Reverend Ike the other day, and he was saying, man, the power of the mind is crazy. But it was a dude that was asking him, like, why do you teach the mind when you could just go to Norman Vincent Peale? He was like, man, that dude teach it the way he teach it, and I teach it the way I teach it, man. Everybody has their philosophy of doing it, but we still got the same understanding of how to change the mind. You need to change the mind. Everything else around you will change, bro. So I'm working on it. I'm working on it as I speak, man. I'm having like thoughts come to my head, and something's telling me to release them.
Yeah.
As soon as I release them, bro, it's not like I feel better. The situation is done and it's gone. It's over with. Because I've been, like I just found out, bro. I kind of went on a passionate journey yesterday. I just found out, bro, how like like I just found out how much I bottle up. I literally just found out how much I bottle up. I really didn't even notice it until I expressed myself in the way that I expressed myself when I had the ability to express myself. You feel what I'm saying? Regardless of what I was expressing myself about, I was just speaking my truth. But bro, it's not that I feel better. It needed to happen for
Mm-hmm.
this new place and new stage I'm moving to in my life. You know what I'm saying? So I know something is coming. This would have happened a long time ago.
Yep.
It would have happened a long time ago. Um, and any names I put out there, I apologize, man. That wasn't even intentional. It wasn't supposed to be like that or anything like that. I was just speaking my truth and giving examples of what I felt and how things should be. But man, while you going through a change, bro, it's definitely something that it's hard to realize, bro. It's definitely something hard to realize. Like, damn, I want to change, but how do I change? And
Mm-hmm.
when I change, how do I stay that way?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so that's like one of the biggest questions that I always ask. But change starts from within, man. I seen a dude walking out of the store, and the dude was sitting on the ground, and he said, "Hey, man, can I get some change?" He said, "Change starts from within, little nigga." I laughed so hard. I said, "Bro, it's true.
It is true.
It's true as hell."
It
So
is
you feel
true.
me like that? It's true as hell. So for me, I just was like, "Damn, that's the way to put it." And he really needs that. He really needs
He
that.
still need that change though,
He
for
still
sure.
need that change. He said, "Hey man, change starts from within. You ain't gonna change just sitting right there."
Oh man. Hey, I want to get on this topic. I want to I want to get on this topic right here because what's going on in our society. Men are not men of old, right? It's a lot of more emotional showing, their emotions, expressing themselves, right? When we was younger, you had to be a man and you couldn't do certain things, no
You
feelings
didn't
for
have a
that.
voice.
Yeah. Um, do you think it's okay for men to cry, and then do you think it's okay for them to cry on social media?
Bro, if you gotta cry, cry. I don't give a damn where you cry at. Social media just became a thing. So if that's some people's outlet, it's some people's outlet. Like, what do you like? I don't care about it being on social media or anything like that. Um, for me, everybody's totally different. Like everybody's totally different. Are you talking about boohooing?
Yeah, yeah. Rather what's going on? We seen
Like,
Tyrese, we seen other people, right?
like, oh, okay, okay, okay. Oh, yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Um, guess why? I think that's even better, bro. I think that's even better for the times that we are living in. Cause how we don't know, but I'm hype like asking the question. How many men can't talk to other men to hold them accountable? How many men don't have a voice? How many women shut their men up to where they can't express themselves in a way? So that's why they always hanging around they dudes, but they lady think they gay. Yes. So that if that's a way for a man to express himself and he goes on social media and breaks down and he cries, that's his way of expressing himself. That's his way of being heard. Um, let's take social media out of it. Now, let's take social media out of it and say, how are you expressing yourself back in the day? Oh shit, going straight dead smack to the source, talking to the source. And if the source didn't help, went to somebody else and talked to them about my problems and not throwing my problems on people because it never was nobody ever told you don't trauma dump. I never heard that growing up. What the hell is a trauma dump? Now we got social media and stuff like that. It's enhanced the meaning of what it is to talk about things that allow men to become vulnerable or women to become vulnerable. Hey, cry wherever you want to cry at, bro. Cry wherever you want to cry at. Cry what you want to cry over. Understand at the end of the day, you are a man and you do have the control. Once you realize what you have unlearned to learn something new and to keep learning, once you realize that, you got nobody else to blame. So you only can blame yourself for the things that have become. Like I was just telling you, bro. I had a passionate discussion on Instagram about things that I've been dealing with, and just about accountability, bro. Like just people around me accountable. Just shifting the mindset, bro. Just really shifting the mindset. This wasn't to go at anybody, but these are the people closest to me. So that's where I start. Why would I outsource and go around me when this is the problem within? Remember what he just said, change starts from where? So if I don't address my family and I don't address what's wrong with what I think is wrong in my family,
it's 8 o'clock.
You get what I'm saying? Or what I think is the problem within our family and why things occur, I'm gonna be coming to you all the time, like, bro, I'm blaming this on my dad, I'm blaming this on my mom, I'm not. Hey, I had a grown man discussion. I didn't blame nobody. I took accountability for everything, and I'm a very accountable person, and I'm ready to move forward in my life. I'm frustrated at the things that I had to learn that were out of my control. Yes, it's okay to cry, bro. Go ahead and cry if you want to cry and put it out there, man. Like for me, I could have did what I did when I went on Instagram Live. I could have did that 90 days ago, and everything would have been full of cuss words, and everything would have felt like I don't appreciate nothing. But since I've reached out to other people, since I've talked to other people, I'm over it now. Like I can come on here and talk like this. I can come on here and speak my truth. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think, bro. I think cry wherever you want to cry. um, expression is expression, bro. Who's to say? Who said men can't cry? That
Yeah,
is, I can understand that.
I
So for me, I had a friend. That's I said with me answering that question. Um, I had a friend that said my dad told me not to cry. Anytime I got into some stuff, like my dad told me not to cry. I never had that. You know what I'm saying? So having that understanding, having that outer perspective of saying like, oh damn, like you don't think it's okay to cry because the way that you've been conditioned. So anytime you want to cry, you think about the first person or that situation that you went through to now stop yourself from crying or something like.
Yeah. Or because like you said, because some people they didn't have their fathers or their mothers who tell them not to cry. Their peers, oh, he crying, right? And you didn't like that feeling. Um, you know, on a subject, I think men. This is not even just men. I think men and women need to cry more. There's so much pain that we endure in our lives, whether very traumatic from somebody else, our own upbringing, just things in life. Hard life, life happens to us all, right? I think letting that pain releases it. It feels so much better. I think more people need to cry. I think and forgive, be a much better place. As far as doing anything public, I'm not gonna say it's wrong. I think there's a place for everything, right? And I'm not gonna address your situation, but as far as that, if you're going online, that tells me either you don't have enough support where you can talk to them, right? Or it's just um you want people in your business. And there's nothing wrong with that, but now when people are in your business, they get to say something about whatever you're going through. And for a lot of people, they are not comfortable with people in their business, but they also share their business. This is why what you do online is totally up to you. I wouldn't advise it though, because everybody can be emotional, right? At any given time, you can go online and do say something, you got off your chest, but years later, the person gonna remember what you said, and they be like, "Oh man, like you still going through this?" And you're like, "Man, I ain't thought about that in years," but that's the last thing they recall you doing. So
That's on them.
that's the only thing I wouldn't advise. And don't ever get personal online. If you don't want people to know what's going on, don't share that stuff. And what people are going through, it should stay in house, right? I love what one of our mentors say. He said, regardless of our relationship, when I'm talking to you to somebody else, he said, I would never bring up those things. He said, I'm only gonna tell the good because that's all that matters. I'll never, he's like, whatever's going on between me and you, that's between me and you. I'll never show those things on the out. And that's the same way, that's the same way. Um, and actually, people don't understand this. Actually, that's in the Bible, is talking about discretion. Discretion is not, exposing other people, right? Um, so, and it's not a sin. It's just saying that's foolish, and being wise if you do and you don't do it, right? Um, So having discretion about certain things and about people is very important. We are in this society where we want to expose people, um, as it should, but there's a way to go about it. There's a way to go about things, right? But ultimately, at the end of the day, we definitely, as men, we should be able to express ourselves, be fine with it. You should, if you have a woman that they're saying you soft and stuff like that, whether you married with her or not, um, I feel sorry for you because all men, everybody should be able to have a place where they're able to let the pain or whatever they're going through be expressed. And for kids, like I said, I have my own kids. You got to understand and you got to explain to them when it's okay to cry and when it's not, right? Because I tell my kids not to cry too. It's about what they're crying about that's more important, right? If my daughter's having a tantrum, you don't need to cry about that. You not actually we're gonna correct it because I don't want it to happen going forward. Now, if your feelings are hurt and something like that, let's talk about that now, right? I think we need to explain to our children what not to cry about and okay, we need to discuss then what is going on now. Why are you crying in this instant but not this tantrum? I think that's why kids are like, hey, I don't need to cry. Or boys are saying don't cry. Yeah, certain things you don't need to cry about. You not getting your way, you don't need to cry about it. But now if your feelings is hurt or somebody did something, somebody hit you, now that's a different discussion. So yeah, man. I think it's very. I think it's a hurt. We man, it's some hurt people, man. My pastor, he has a book. He said
I'm one of them.
he said
I,
lead
I,
it.
I'm
He
one of
said leading while bleeding. He's a pastor, and he said he is leading while he's still bleeding on people. And he's like, man, there's still stuff that I'm dealing with as a child. And he's like, I'm a pastor. There's a lot of hurt people out here, man, and there's nothing wrong with that. So everybody deals with what they're dealing with. Hopefully, you can fellowship with those who can lift you up and hold you up, and you know keep you accountable and show you love, but also correct you and show, hey man, you going about this the right way, you going about it the wrong way. However it is, but everybody needs a place where they are able to express themselves in that form, right?
heck yeah, man. I didn't been one of the people. I didn't been through some stuff. I didn't have some occurrences, man. I didn't have some things, man. Um, and I'm not defending myself. I am, but I'm not. Um, I put myself in a situation due to yes, a lack of communication on the other side. You know what I've been facing. You know what I've faced these last 90 days. You know I need you know what I not in a sense of sounding like that, but the the mental love I need, bro. The care and concern I would love for people to show me within this situation I was in. I got it from people who I don't expect it from, but I didn't expect it from.
Mm-hmm.
The people who I expected it from never were the people who delivered. So for me, it was just like, damn, I'm doing this, I'm calling, I'm doing everything I can and just be the best son that I can, reaching out, hey, how's this? How is like what's going on? Like how do you even go a day without talking to me? Like just now I'm asking questions like that. How do you go a week without talking to how what did I let's talk about what I did to disappoint you so that it would never happen again. You think that conversation ever happened?
Mm-hmm.
No. No, the conversation never happened. I'm not here to blame, place blame, say this or say that. But I reached my limit of reaching out and not getting response.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the most intellectual, best way I'm gonna get your attention. And boy, did I! Oh boy, I had a text. I checked my phone and had 9 text messages from my mom.
hey, hey, hey,
And,
that.
and a missed call. And a missed. You know what's crazy? Because before this, you couldn't respond. Now people coming to you, and they think it's something wrong with me. It ain't nothing wrong with me. a damn thing wrong. I'm just not saying from a perspective of mentally. It's like I'm not mentally messed up. I'm not off drugs. I'm not off. I'm not a. You get what I'm saying? There's
Yeah,
nothing
yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
Like no, it's a form of expression, and if you can't take that form of expression and depict what I'm talking about, and you want to go into saying I am feeling this way, you are in your feelings. That was just a form of expression. I could see you could say somebody is not good for you. Am I right?
Yep.
Right. You could say somebody is not good for you. I'm not validating what I said or what I did or anything like that. But you, man, Arnett, you know how it is. We got this receiver in front of us. We'll go to the coach and like, coach, should I go to the other side? He can't even get off the press. He sucks, man. Like this kid is terrible. Can I get some challenge? You get what I'm saying? That's all I ever wanted as a kid. As an adult, you challenge me. A lot of people around me challenge me. Not a lot of people around me, but a lot of the people who I connect with challenge me. Bro, so that's the type of person that I am. It sucks that my parents didn't realize that. It sucks that every time I ask my dad, where did you get this or how'd you get this? I was told, shut up. Man, don't worry about that, man. Don't worry about that. Or I'm asking why, and I'm told, ask me why again and watch what I do to you. Oh, I'm 33 now. That form of expression, that little kid has been gone. But I will have an adult conversation and I will have an adult expression now that I am an adult because I know how to passionately, intellectually express myself. I don't have to go off on you and hate you. I don't hate you. I love y'all. Y'all had me. Y'all gave me life. That's where I give my honor to. I will always do that. You know what I'm saying? It was time. It was time for me to take those. Now listen, what people think and what people say, whatever you want. I posted on there, so I don't care about what you have, what leverage you got on me. In fact, you have no leverage on me. You have no leverage on me. These are, if I was going and wasn't growing, that wouldn't even been that you get what I couldn't even be from that come from that position. But since I'm growing, that's the old me. Y'all can talk about me in high school. Y'all can talk about me my old time and when I did this and when I did that. I don't even know him. I don't even know who talking about.
Oh, yep, that's old.
You feel me? So that's just how I feel about it, man. And I do apologize to some people who felt it was a disrespectful moment. I apologize for myself. I can't change the way you think. I can't change the way some people think. Not you. I'm just saying some people think.
I know what
Um,
you're saying.
but man, we growing, bro. Like we was just talking to Coach Matt V. We all imperfect, bro. We all messed up in certain places in our lives to where I'm gonna correct it. That's the thing about me. Yeah. I'm going to correct it. I'm gonna do my best to correct it. I'm gonna reach out. Hey, Ness. What would you do in this situation? Read that word, bro. Go to Genesis or go to John. It tell you in John exactly what you're going through right now. Oh man, that's I appreciate that. All right, so now I go read it. Now I have a sense of application. Everything is mine now. I can apply this because I've just seen this. I didn't know it was there before. They say I hate this saying, but it literally is true. And I'm like biting myself. I'm smacking myself in the face every day. They say if you wanna, what they say, if you wanna hide something from a black person, put it in a book. Yeah, bro, because I've always been told 2 or 3 verses my whole entire life, but they were at me. They were at me. Like, honor thy mother, thy father. You need to do this. Or respect you need to do this. Man, I also got older and started reading as you kept encouraging me to read it, and I got into it. I also seen other things, the other sides that I never even knew was, as far as I know, I was supposed to be the most respectful kid ever to my parents and let them do whatever they wanted to me. Like I couldn't talk. I could talk. I could have a voice, but I couldn't really ask questions or I couldn't get the necessary help. I'm bringing schoolwork from home. I mean, I'm bringing home homework. Man, I'm putting this under this so quick and getting ready for football practice. I just asked my mom that, or I asked one of my parents to help me, and you come over here and look at it and say, I ain't seen that. And I,
Hey, that's the discussion for a whole nother topic. Man, that's a whole topic in itself.
And let's
In
bring it up
itself.
for the next one. We can bring that thing up because, boy, you know, I didn't put myself in that position to where I didn't have three fake little, you know.
That's a topic in itself, man, for sure. And I don't want to cut you off, but because I do want to talk about two things, and then I mean one thing, and then we go in flag and no flag. What are your thoughts in right with these schools denying these players from transferring? So we just saw what played out with Washington. The quarterback said he was returning, then he said he was going to leave. Now he's going to stay, right? They blocked it. They actually got an order. And now Duke is doing the same thing with their quarterback. He cannot sign nowhere. They have a temporary restraining order February.
No contact
Yeah,
order.
February 2nd. He cannot do anything. The thing is, school starts though. It's starting this week, right? For some places. So I don't understand how you can stop a kid, a young man, and I'm not gonna say kids. We need to stop saying that. A young man from I'm
Enrolling into
talking about,
college.
yeah, enrolling in college, due to some sports or something like that. I'm talking about from the judge perspective. What are your thoughts about this? Like, do you even think it's healthy, or is it like, is this just foolery here?
Forget healthy. It's accountability. You're not just gonna go on and think you just gonna sign this contract and opt out of this contract after you signed your signature on this paper. Yeah, so it ain't happening with a lot of people because everybody else ain't signing contracts. They doing the roommate agents. They doing it like, you feel me? They doing their friend agents where they really not certified or anything like that, and they talking to them behind the scenes. But these dudes are signed with agencies, and these agencies are having these dudes sign contracts. So I am in agreement. I'm in agreement. I'm in agreement. And listen, I don't want you no more. You can't come back to Duke. If you're gonna leave just for money, get up out of here, bro. I'm gonna force a third string in front of your ass. Talking about, I'm gonna force him. Because if money could alter your love for the game, watch this. Put somebody in front of you that ain't even getting paid, and watch how far we go.
And, and that's why I think it's unhealthy. Like, just let the person go. Like, okay, if they don't want to honor the contract. Which, first of all, a lot of
But it's
coaches.
a contract though. Like this is not even.
But
This is a
listen,
contract.
a lot of coaches don't honor their contract. And we talked about there's many ways to get out of a contract. Just be People go to court all the time to get out of contract. So this is nothing new. Do business as business is done, right? But even if they don't want to honor the contract, I think it will be beneficial for both parties. Let's say the dude at Washington, you coaches, this is relationship based business, as Matt V talked about. Do you think that coach is not going to be petty that the quarterback wanted to leave? So if I'm the quarterback, my mindset for this head coach, he probably doesn't have the best interest for me. He may not put me in the best positions as he had me the year before because he's malicious at me for trying to leave. And then as a head coach, I can't trust if this quarterback is going to be in the best interest for me. Because yes,
Trust is gone. Once
he's
trust is gone, it's over with.
you feel me? So it's at this point, it's
Gotta
like
regain trust, and by that time, it's like week 7.
it ain't no regaining trust because it's like, oh, I you ain't we can still do business. No, I can't trust you, you can't trust me. Why won't we just move on? That don't even make sense.
You
It's
can, but
but then you can say he can, but at the same time, you can also replace him. You can put somebody else in over him, like you just said. Now the thing is, it would be stupid of them doing that because now, how they getting paid, but now it's off revenue sharing. But now if you're not playing, your revenue get cut. So you just said this is ways maliciously that coaches do things to players and players do to coaches. So if this is a scenario, why won't you be like, you know what, man, it's a loss, man. We ain't gotta pay you. You don't get no money from us or whatever you did. You gotta pay it back, or it's a loss. It is what it is, and we just gonna keep it pushing and just go on with the next. But rather than this is why I'm saying it's unhealthy. Rather than go through this, oh, you can't go back. We holding you. You gonna have to play for us, man. Don't nobody want to do that, bro. Nobody wants to do that at all. This is why I'm like, it's better off just letting it go, bro. Letting it go. At the end of the day, that's just my perspective, man.
Yeah, but now this kid has to suffer.
Both parties are suffering.
Everybody's suffering. Yeah, that's true.
Both parties.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, bro. So look, sign a contract if you want to while you're in college. That's what situation you're gonna be in. So they are the examples, guys. Moving forward, they are the examples. Don't
But
sign no damn contracts.
but
And
we talk about that. But a letter of an intent to attend a school, that's a contract. But
it has
this is
nothing to do with NIL because remember, NIL is outside of.
yes, but this is what I'm saying. This is what it don't make sense to me. NIL is separate. How are you stopping me from leaving? There's two separate things. You just said it.
Because these donors went to this school. These are alumni
You
saying, "I went here. I'm giving
you
you this money
just
for you to come to this school."
you just said it though, Aaron. They're separate. They're not the same. If I want to leave this school, I don't care what you pay me. This is separate from my I want to leave this school. You shouldn't be able to stop me for something that's separate. That's like
Yeah,
that's
because
like
before NIL, you couldn't stop him.
you that's
Before
like
NIL, you couldn't stop him. He could have went JC or he could have went to a D2 or even another school.
you feel me? That's like your business not easily broken, and then like, oh, we gonna stop you from doing flag on the culture because of what you doing that not easily broken. They two separate entities. It ain't got nothing to do with this. You can't
Right, right,
say
right.
what are
I
we
gotta
talking
stop that
about?
because I'm doing this.
Yeah, you that ain't
Yeah,
got
yeah,
nothing
yeah,
to do
yeah,
with
yeah.
this.
That ain't got
So
nothing to do with it.
this is what's wrong because people who have power are people who have in their mind they think
Abusing
they
it.
have power, they have money. Oh,
Yeah.
we can take this. If I'm him, I'm fight. I'm if I'm both of them, I'm like, you know what? I can understand what y'all talking about contract wise. Me leaving, this is something totally different, and this is why I'm glad this is happening. It's unfortunate, but I'm glad because now going forward, people are going to know how to move. This is all ironing out the kinks. This is young men and women understanding business and how it works. And it's like, oh yeah, okay, this how they doing it. This how we gonna operate. Because you learn from other people's mistakes, hopefully, right? Oh, I see how they doing it. Boom, boom. All right. From now on, this word is gonna be in the contract. If I get offered some more money, because coaches do this all the time, I got a buyout. You gotta buy me out. I need this. I want to leave. I got to pay something back. Have that in writing. So I like I said, I think it's unhealthy, but I think going forward, this is going to be good for college, for the college athletes going forward, though.
Yeah, um, don't sign no contract. You young guys, don't sign no contracts, bro. Y'all can do whatever y'all want. I know, like I said, it's two different businesses, but one business is trying to control the next business. So if you think you finna put yourself in a position like that, welcome to court. Welcome to the legal system, man, because you about to go through all that crap.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, they got the money to do it now, but at the same time, we're talking about, and we got
That's stress on the kid, bro. Forget all that. I'm
it's
not no, bro.
we gotta stop. They're not kids anymore. These is young adults. These is young adults, and it's stress regardless.
Bro, you
What
listen.
stress
You
you
can't
want?
say that. But
What stress you want,
what
Aaron?
you mean, bro? Like, okay, so why is everybody complaining about giving kids $1 million if they're not kids? They're kids.
What makes them a kid? Is it their age or their mental, their mindset?
Their mentality, their age.
So can you be 15 and be already grown mentally?
Yes,
So are you a kid?
yes.
You're a kid physically, but not mentally. If you understand business as a 17-year-old, you may be underage. Doesn't mean you think like a kid.
They
Because
yeah, they're gonna look at you like a 50-year-old.
Because if I mix the younger I get exposed to something, the more I know to operate in something. This is the narrative of why people are pushing that somebody's they keep mentioning kids because you do not know how business operate. If I expose you to business at 10 years old, by the time you get 18, you gonna understand how business work. You may be a kid, but you understand just like somebody who's 30, 40, 50 years old. You cannot take advantage of them. Just because they headline certain things, they're pushing an agenda. We need to stop saying kids because these are young adults. They know what they
Young
want.
adults.
They understand. There is no
They
different.
YAs.
There is no different. The only reason why this is happening in college football is because they don't want to pay them like employees. If the NFL was just year to year and independent contractors, because that's what the NCAA is right now. We will see this in the NFL. But the NFL put restrictions on you. As soon as you get drafted, you gotta be on that team for 5. They got a 5-year option to pick you to keep you on the team. We don't have that in NCAA.
Oh, that's why Caleb Williams couldn't do that. That's why Caleb Williams couldn't do the 1099.
No, he couldn't do it through the LLC. But that's a different reason though. That's a total different reason,
Oh,
right? But you got a 5th-year option. There is none of that. So year to year, is somebody gonna be the highest bidder? The only reason why people can't do that at their jobs because they first of all they're not great and people don't know who they are. We just
and the jobs try to limit you as well. Yeah. So
we just talked about how well it was a couple of this probably didn't make good big news. Um Facebook owner Zuckerberg, he's paying people $1 million to leave Nvidia for a salary. Why that ain't discussed? You don't think those employees left? Yeah, they left. But now you want to say, oh, a kid, he's getting $1 million. Why nobody saying nothing about this employee who left Nvidia to go to Facebook, getting paid $1 million too? You don't know their name though. So the media is trying to push an agenda that these kids are getting paid. These young men and women are doing the same thing that these adults would do if they had the opportunity.
man, that's crazy. They always try to get one up on you, bro, with any type of business strategy or any type of business move. Like they want to be in control, bro. But my thing is it thought out before it happens with all these mistakes occurring? Did y'all knew that this stuff was gonna come when y'all introduced the NIL?
No, they didn't. That's why. That's why they trying to get ahead of it. Like, no, everybody thought it was gonna be good. Like, oh man, they're gonna get some money. It's gonna be cool. But they realized, like,
They get
oh,
money.
oh, if we want to win, though, we gotta pay. Like, okay, this is what it's gonna take. Now, now it's like, oh, let's get ahead of it because we see how it's moving.
Yeah, we got to reach out to some of our old alumni. Let us go down our list. Jay Leno went here. Let's reach out to him and see if he got some. We got Obama went here for a semester. Let's reach out to him and see if he liked walking on our campus.
You feel me?
They
And
going deep
now,
in the alumni box.
now the schools got to put restriction on. Look, you can no longer. The school's gonna pay you now. So you only got 20 million. So now we cap it. So now kids can still make NIL on themselves on their own, but now the school, so now everybody feel like they got a fair advantage, right? Which is, still it's not, but now for the most part it's capped and it's gonna keep going up. So all these things they gonna get it right eventually, but right now it's in the favor of the players and the
It's
players
in the
need to
favor
get
of
it
the players, man. Y'all better get this money
and
and
they
duck
need to get
off.
it. They need to get it.
Get
They
it all while you can, bro. I can't wait till somebody get the highest paid to where they start putting a cap on it. 200 mil or
no. They don't need to put no cap on it. I want to see
I don't
somebody
want
get
no
up.
cap on it, but what I'm saying is,
I want to see somebody get up to 10 million. I don't care
man,
if
in
they worth it or
college,
not.
bro. In college,
Exactly.
I want to see somebody get 8 mil, 10 mil for
So
four
so
years. For 4 years.
this was reported allegedly. This don't know how true it is. Reported that Mark Cuban offered Fernando
$39.4 million.
to return for his
Insane.
senior year. What's your it's don't know if it's accurate, it's not, but what are your thoughts about that, bro?
Hey, Mr. Mark Cuban, thank you so much for this opportunity. I appreciate you so much, man. You have blessed my family. Okay, let me go Fernando Mendoza on you. Mr. Cuban,
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. I didn't think that this opportunity would ever come in my life, especially with me getting ready to go to NFL. You're offering me $30 million. This is true value. I got to thank the man above. Come on, bro. I'm shaking the man's hand with two hands. What are you talking about? I'm sure he gave me $40 million in college. What I'm getting, I would never say another cuss word if I was Fernando Mendoza. What are you talking about? Mark Cuban, you giving me what? Come
See,
on, bro. I want to know what's coming with that, bro. I want to know what's coming with that. Like, is Mark Cuban, he's a businessman, bro. So do I need 15% back if we don't get a certain, or do I have this just to get as a tax write-off and I'll get this back? Those are my questions. Like, bro, do you have it just to give? I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does. But why would you give it to Indiana, and why are you just now starting to give to Indiana?
well, supposedly he went there, right? So never knew, right?
I never knew that.
All these
See,
alumni,
what
all
we
these
just say,
alumni,
what we just say, what we just say.
yeah.
Let's call up Mark Cuban. He walked on campus for a semester. Let's call up Donald Trump. He came and looked at our school. Let's call up somebody. Come on, bro. Let's call up LeBron James. He came and visited our campus for 10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see if he's willing to donate,
All,
bro.
all these
What?
schools, all these people now
Yeah.
are supposedly alum. I think it's if that's the case, and Fernando, he also said he's going to NFL. I talked about this with Caleb Williams, bro.
Oh, he already declared and said he going.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's no, I'm not taking his 40 mil and coming back. There's no like
I mean, this was alleged.
he
We
already
know,
signed an agent. Like, oh,
nah,
it doesn't matter anyway. It
yeah, I
doesn't
don't.
matter anyway, does it?
No, no, you got to sign an agent. I don't. You got to sign an agent, but it's alleged. It's not. It's not like put out there.
Oh,
It's
it's
just alleged.
speculation.
It's speculation that he made this offer to him, right? Um, the thing is, I think that's something you should consider because with Fernando,
What?
and this is why I'm saying this though because somebody's like, oh man, the NFL, that's that real money. We talked about this already. I'm not
This is
gonna.
real money in college.
Exactly, exactly. But also, this is leverage. First of all, they're already talking about he may not even go to first round pick, and some guys are saying he's not even projected to be a first rounder or the first pick. This is crazy because based off everything that he just did in college, you're still saying he's not worth it, which is just crazy to me, right? Production, whatever it is, and
Because
they
the
might be
media
right.
needs to see more of this guy. The media needs to see more. He needs to see. We need to see more of him to make him worth it. That's what they're trying to. They're trying to assess his value.
Yeah, we already know they try to bring you down all the time. So that's unfortunate, right? And now with this, right? It creates leverage though, man. Now you can negotiate with the NFL because the NFL, everything is already slotted in. Honestly,
Yeah,
you don't need an agent. That's why Lamar Jackson, they got to say, oh, he don't need an agent. If you know where you're gonna get drafted, the first like 2 or 3 rounds, you know how much money you're gonna make, and then everybody else like you fall in. People know how much it is. So, but now I got leverage. I like, hey, rather if I'm a junior, a senior, or I can go back another year because of COVID, whatever it is. If I'm
I know.
coming out, I'm like, hey, unless I'm getting 50 million off rip or 60 million, I'm not coming. I'm gonna delay another year unless I get that. We talked about with Vern, you got leverage. And either NFL gonna do it or you can do this. You know what? I love football, but I also got my money. I'm my college days. I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to go to NFL. The NFL is gonna be mad because you know why? They
Oh, it's
can
gonna mess up their media ratings. It's
they
gonna mess
can
up the
they
TVs.
cannot make money off of you,
Mm-mm.
off your likeness. Regardless of how much they was gonna pay you, they cannot make no money because you gonna put butts in the seats.
Damn, boy. It's about to change, boy. It's about to change, boy. I think he take that 40 mil. You already got the Heisman, bro. Give me my 39 mil, Mark Cuban. I'm good. Dad, you want me to take this? You can have 15. You can have 9. You and mom can have 9.
Marvin Harrison Jr. had the opportunity. Now, of course, he didn't have to, right? He didn't need no money. His dad's already played the NFL Hall of Famer. But his rookie year to one more year at Ohio State, he was gonna get 20 million.
I'm
He's
staying
in
at Ohio State, but
he's in,
then he's. I think, yeah, I think that happens, and they go further into the playoffs, and they actually win a championship.
I
Was
mean
Jeremiah
they
Smith
they
there?
did win a championship, but
Was Jeremiah Smith there? I would have came back
yeah, he was a freshman.
freshman year. Yeah, that's right.
So
I'm staying in college. You paying me 40 mil?
there's no need to go pro. There's no
I'm not
need.
for what?
There's no need, especially when they devalue in pro. Come on, man. They
Yeah,
devalue
forget
on
about that.
purpose. You got to go to the meat market to be seen. Yeah, bro. So, yeah, that's awesome. So, flag and no flags, bro. We've been on relationship stuff, man. Uh, we
Oh
gonna
damn.
we gonna take it. We gonna take it here. Do you think it's a flag or no flag that you need closure? You need closure in order to move on. And when I mean closure, you need a to understand why somebody did something, or you need to understand what was going on at that time. And you guys are separated, but for some odd reason, you just cannot move on. Do you think it's a flag or no flag for you to need to have closure in order to move on in your life?
I think it's situational, but you don't need closure. Um, I don't think you need closure. The closure is everything you've been through to close the situation of where you got to. That makes sense. Like you needing closure is I deal with this and I battle with this, bro. Like I be trying to hear other people out, or my heart wants to my I've forgiven somebody physically, mentally, and in my heart and in my soul. Um, the closure for me is just hearing this person admit that they know they was wrong. So that could like that's better peace for me to know that this person is not going to treat anybody else how they treated me. That might be weird though, you know what I'm saying? But I don't care. I don't care. I don't want anybody being treated wrong. So I just feel like no, I don't think it's a flag, bro. No, that is a flag that you want closure. I don't think closure is
Necessary.
needed.
Yeah.
I don't think closure is needed. For some people, it's necessary. Some people, it's necessary. They like I just said, like I want to know that you're gonna be accountable, even if you wasn't accountable while you was with me. So if you're not accountable moving, it don't bother me, but it just lets me know like you would never change. You will always be like this. You get what I'm saying? So for me, it's like that's it's not. I don't think it's. I think it's just yeah. I think that's the closure that I need. Like not even need. Like that's the closure that I want. I would say I don't need it. That's the closure that I would want. Like that you're not just about to go and do somebody else like this. I know we done, but you're not about to go and do somebody else like this. I hope you don't have the intention of doing it. And if you do repeat cycles, then that's on you. I'm not a person of repetitive cycles. I'm a person of breaking cycles. So with how I feel and with where I'm going, I think it's a flag for you to need culture. I mean closure. I think it's I think I think it's a flag for you. I think it's a flag for you to need closure. Um yeah, I think it's a flag, bro. I think it's a flag. What you think, man? What you um yeah, I say it's situational too. I say it's situational, so I'm kind of like on the fence with this, bro. I'm kind of like on the fence with this because I could come from a perspective of what I've dealt with. I could come from a broad perspective of how some people may or may not feel. You get what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
for me, number one, it's a flag that you need closure. It's not a flag that the individual thinks closure is necessary but doesn't need it. That makes sense? What you think about it, bro? What you think? What you think? How do you feel about the situation?
I think it's a flag if you need closure. I mean, I understand people wanting it, but to not be able to move on or just be stuck because of it,
Yeah.
yeah, you got to move on in life, man. And for certain, I mean, For some things it don't need to be explained. You just, and there's some people who don't. But this goes back to the trauma in people's life, why they can't, right? They experience something over and over. Um, a feel of like a void in them, right? To want to have this closure. Um, so yeah, there it is definitely a flag where you stuck because you don't have closure. But I do understand, why people would want that. But at some point in time, you have to be able to continue on with your life and not be on hold because of a person um, who honestly has continued to live their life, and you holding on to whatever you want just because you want some type of answers. So, yeah, nobody should be stuck, especially on the amount of people that are in the world. Nobody should be stuck on one person,
I don't know.
especially, especially if they hurt you or whatever. Yeah, especially. Yeah, man. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts? I there's another relationship. I saw this guy pop up. He said, if we truly wanted to be fair when it came to marriage and divorce, then it should be just 50-50, and no woman get alimony, no man pays child support, and everybody just pays for a separate. Is it a flag? Is it a flag for men? Because I can't speak for a woman. Is that a flag for men not to not to pay child support, but they rather just no. Let me say it like this: is it a flag for men? No. Is it a flag on a justice system to not have everything just, or not even justice system, because we're not saying justice system. The child support, is it a flag on them or no flag to not have everything equal as much as possible, where men are not dividing anything or the women are giving up anything that they built? Is that a flag or no flag?
That's a flag, bro. They messing with the culture. They messing with the culture of people who they. Hey, number one, I hate child support. Y'all was supporting each other before y'all had the kid. Now y'all got the kid, and now you need some more help. Get the front door out of here. Get out of here, man. Get out of here, bro. I don't want to talk about this because this is making me like boil. This is making me boil, bro. I'm not even joking. Like
No,
this
I
makes
already
me
know.
boil. Yeah,
I
this
already
makes me
know.
boil, bro. I don't have kids, bro. I am sick for the dudes who have to do it, who are showing up for their kids, bro. I don't want to keep getting too, bro. That's a flag. Number one, that's a flag. So I don't even want to keep thinking on it. That is a flag. That is a major flag. That is a major flag. I'm gonna keep saying that's a flag. If you don't say nothing, I'm gonna keep saying that's a flag.
It's definitely a flag for sure. My thing is right. My thing is with this. I think I can't speak for all. I think if a woman wants to leave, right? If she like, you know what, I can't do this anymore.
Go ahead and go.
Go ahead and go. And you should even, if you want to leave, that's fine. You should be responsible for that child financially. Of course, the man still gets to see. First of all, you should even have the child because of that. They should first determine, the courts should determine if you even are able
Are
to,
capable. Yeah.
yeah, capable of taking care of this child. But for you, and I don't know why children go to women first. Um, I don't know. There's allegedly there's some studies that any children with their fathers are better than with their mothers. I don't know where that study come from. I gotta look it up, but allegedly, right? Because I don't want to say that these studies are accurate, but allegedly,
Yeah, it's
father,
too many people in the world to kind of put a percentage on that. But
yeah,
I agree with you and think that a mother is good up until a certain point. Not that they don't need them. Not that we don't need them.
yeah,
A
need
mother is
both
good
of
up
them,
until
need
a
both
certain.
of them. But yeah,
Yes, a mother is
so
good up. Yeah, mother is good up to a certain point to where a father takes off. Then it gets to the point where everybody's together.
Yeah. So I think everything should be split. I think time, right? Time should be split as well. 6 months, 6 months throughout the year, and how you go about that. That's
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 your way
totally
of
up to you.
parenting. That's
Yeah.
your style.
And then if what you calling, if you feel somebody is cannot then or they don't have their stuff together, then it starts to shift, right? To this person having more time and this person having less, but they still shouldn't have to pay for just because they don't. It never made sense of when people have access, both parents have access. Why does the parent have to
Why
pay
does
for the
somebody
child?
have to pay?
Why does the
Be with
parent
another
have to?
parent.
Yeah, why does the parent have to pay when they don't have access to the child, and then they still gotta front everything when they do get access? If anything, if somebody's gonna pay, whoever when they don't have access, that other person also has got to pay because you got to pay the same burden, and it should be the same price. It shouldn't be based off your income. If that's the case,
Who started this?
well, if you want to be real, you want to be real. First of all, we kind of talked about this. Child support is an entity. It has nothing partner with the states. The states get a piece of the pie every time a transaction goes through. So the states, this is why they are incentivized to do these programs. So child support get their money. Child support, I mean, and the state gets their money. Now, it does not benefit them, the courts and the state, if nobody pays money. That's why there is child support, because every time somebody's on child support, the state get they extra money. Now think of this: how many people on child support? Let's say if it's like 10,000 to let's say 10,000 or 30,000 people on child support. You know how much money? It may be a small amount that the state is getting, but if you keep adding this number up of how many people's on child support, bro, you know how much the state is pocketing, bro, on top of child support making their money, and child support don't go fully to the kid.
No, it
So
don't.
if a person supposed to be getting $400 dollars a month, they probably saying probably like two something. Where's the money going? So this is where it came about, man. And another thing, which it don't make sense. How if you behind on child support, they take your ID, they take your driver's license, you can't drive.
Hey,
Who
bro. Hey, bro. Hey, bro. They might as well make it a law then, because
who
this is getting on my nerves.
who benefits from that if you don't have your driver's license? You gotta get reinstated, and who do you gotta pay to get it reinstated?
That is crazy. Are you serious?
The state. The state gets that money.
God, I'm praying right now and asking that you please send somebody to me that don't think about no child support, because I'm gonna support the child.
It's a messed up system, bro. What you got a flag and no flag, man?
I wanted to ask you about 6 months on and 6 months off mental stability for the kid, but we could bring that up for our next topic. I mean, our next. We could go into that on the next one. We could start off like, I mean, I like how we always talk about a mixture of everything. You know what I'm saying? Like relationships, youth, and we also have a special guest. I want to more so like, I want to make it to where we kind of like send help.
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I'm still here. I'm still here. Hold on.
Yeah, I want to make it to where we send help. I forgot what my flag was, bro. I literally forgot what it was. I thought I texted to you. I didn't, but it's all good.
Yeah. Nah,
We
for
good
sure.
though.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, my camera died.
You know what I'm saying? We good. We good. We good. We done.
Yeah. We
I
we
like
cool.
that.
Yeah. That
Fire, bro. I really like that, man. So thank y'all, man. We can edit out what we was
yeah.
just doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Thank y'all, man. Thanks. Big shout out to Coach Matt V, man, for coming on Flag on the Culture, man. I hope y'all liking what we doing, man. I hope y'all liking it, and even if y'all don't, we like it. So we're gonna stay. We're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it going, and we're gonna keep it going because this is something that we love doing. So this is our passion. This is something that now we turning the game over in a different way. You know what I'm saying? We applying our minds, and we using a platform to get to voice ourselves as well as give other people a voice, man. So Coach Matt V, new John Muir head coach, man. Man, I'm excited for him, man. I'm excited for the great things that he has to come, bro. Very excited.
Exactly. Definitely, man. But appreciate it. Much love. Until the next time, we'll see y'all.
Flag on the culture, man. We'll holla at y'all.
Peace.
All right, next.
All right.